Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? Welcome to Wednesday Live and Power Hour. Okay, you know what? While you guys join me, I am going to, let's see who's on. Go ahead and leave me a comment letting me know. My face is all shiny, y'all. Shining, shining, shining. How are you doing today? Leave a comment. Whoever just joined, let me know who you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. How are you feeling today? Let me know how you're feeling today. And you guys, you know what? I am going to. Oh, what am I doing? I am going to also go live on TikTok at the same time. So this is going to be the first time doing this, you guys. I have the phone over here. I'm going to go live on both. And I believe we're going to also go live on Facebook as well. So how are you? How are you? Okay, let's go ahead and so bear with me, okay? Bear with me as I get us logged in on Facebook as well. I'm so glad that you joined us, you guys. You know, every first Wednesday at 5 p.m. we do this. So thank you for taking time out of your day to allow me to serve you. I appreciate you so much, so much. Let's see. Here we go. Bearing with the silence, giving everyone an opportunity to join. Let's see where we. Hi, Alex. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, Michaela. How are you? Oh, wow. Well, I am sending you warmth, lots of warmth. Let's see. I appreciate you guys for bearing with me in the silence. You know, it's so funny. The camera is turned completely around over here. Okay, I'm going to also press the button to be. Okay, so we are now live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Whoa, you guys, this is so weird. Oh, they're showing me how I can change. It looks like there's a filter. Hi, welcome. This is my first time going live on TikTok. I'm also live on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, click the link in the bio and join us over there. So, hey, Rio, how are you? How are you? Yes, yes, yes. I'm so glad. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you have joined our soul family. So excited to have you here today as well. So, yes, you guys, thank you so much for being here. You know, usually we start with our breathing, but before we get started with the breathing, let's just chat. I'm still kind of freaked out on what I see on TikTok. Like my lips look bright pink, my skin looks bright white. I don't even know what filter TikTok has on the camera without me setting a filter. But anyways, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Caramel Goddess. I'm glad you're here. Now, you know what? I recommend you join us on YouTube because most of my focus is going to be there. So if you haven't subscribed already, click the link in my bio and go ahead and join us there. And those of you that are on Facebook, the same thing. I have the YouTube screen pulled up. That's where I'll be chatting most, and I will kind of go in and out back and forth. So yeah, Spirit's been telling me to go live on more platforms, you guys, because you know over here on YouTube we get to it, but the other platforms outside of the Soul family, I don't really go live anywhere else. And Spirit's been saying it, so here I am today, live on other platforms. So yeah. So you guys, you know what? Let's go ahead and start with our breathing. Let's go ahead and get started. And anyone that trickles on in afterwards is totally fine. Okay. So let's go ahead and deep breathe. Go ahead and close your eyes if you're not driving or doing anything that requires your eyes to be open. And just go ahead and take some slow, deep breaths, as slow and deep as possible through your nose. And as you're breathing in through your nose, allow yourself to breathe in love, light, and healing. Okay. And then exhale slowly out your mouth and just allow yourself to release all things that's no longer serving you. Now, if there's something in particular that you're choosing to release, then go ahead and focus on that as you're exhaling. Okay. And I always like to put a hand on the heart chakra, a hand on the solar plexus, which is located right above the belly button. And those of you on TikTok, because where the camera is, you may see my pajama pants because I get dressed up here and then I wear PJs down here. Okay. So Don't trip. But anyways, so go ahead and do that. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your solar plexus. And while you're breathing, I'm going to be sending you healing energy, Reiki energy. And that energy is going to go wherever your body, your soul, your spirit calls for it to go to. Okay. So go ahead and take your slow, deep breaths. Inhale slow and deep through your nose. And then exhale out through your mouth, releasing all that's no longer serving you. Continuing to breathe in healing, love, and light, and continuing to release through your exhale. I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, and helpful companions, all of highest light and love. Calling you now, I thank you for filling this space. I thank you for using me as a vessel to deliver messages that are rooted in highest light, love, and truth. And I thank you for opening the hearts, the minds, and the souls of those that I am called to serve today. I thank you, and so it is. So just go ahead and continue breathing. And as you're breathing in all that love, light, and healing, and as you're exhaling out all that no longer serves you, bring your attention to your crown chakra located at the top of your head. And go ahead and give your crown chakra permission to open. Open your crown chakra now. And just allow yourself to feel loving, healing light from the divine pouring in through your crown, feeling it travel down to your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, traveling down to your throat, down to your heart, down to your solar plexus, down to your sacral and your root. And feel that energy traveling down your thighs, your knees, your calves, feeling it in your ankles and in your feet. And then notice the soles of your feet. You may get a tingling sensation there. Just go ahead and give those chakras there permission to open. Feel roots begin to grow from the soles of your feet. Feeling those roots penetrating whatever surface your feet are resting on. Feeling the roots travel down, penetrating Mother Earth, traveling to her center. And then just allow yourself to take a moment to send Mother Earth healing, love, and gratitude. And connecting to the heartbeat of Mother Earth, feeling her divine, nurturing energy. Pull that energy back up through those roots, back up through the soles of your feet, up your calves, your knees, and your thighs, up to your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your ear chakras, your third eye, and up and out your crown. Now allow that divine energy from Mother Earth and your source of highest light and love, your highest source of power, just allow those energies to combine, combining like a beautiful dance, and then bringing those combined energies back down through your crown, feeling it disperse throughout your entire cellular being. Continuing with those breaths, breathing in love, light, and healing, and exhaling out all that's no longer serving you. Setting the intention that for the rest of the day, with every inhale, you'll continue to breathe in love, light, and healing. And with every exhale, you'll continue to release. And so it is. Now, when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Let me know how you feel. Those of you on TikTok and on Facebook, thank you so much for being here. I recommend you join us on YouTube so that I can really be focused on you too. But I'm glad that you're here. So let me know how you feel. Hi, Yardy. How are you? Hey, Danielle, my beautiful cousin. Awesome. Hi, the healing room. Oh, you're here, Caramel Goddess. Thank you so much for joining us. Caramel Goddess joined us from TikTok, you guys. So I'm glad that you're here. Thank you. Oh, Alexandra said, I'm still grateful for your reading. I use your advice every day. I am so grateful. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Surrounding yourself with healing, protective light. Good, good, good. I've been doing great, Michaela. How about you? How have you been? And let's see what you guys are saying. You feel good? Awesome, Janae. Thank you for joining us. So, you know what, you guys? I am so excited. Today's Empower Hour, I just feel there's 3 people on Facebook. Go ahead and join us. Head over to YouTube. Head over to YouTube. But anyways, you guys, I'm not going to talk your ear off. Let's get into these messages. But before I do, I'm going to let you guys know, those of you, hi, Alexa. Yes, it is 2:12 22, 22. There is an amazing portal, and we're in the new moon energy. So today is a great day for healing, releasing, and just setting your intentions, you guys. But just for those of you that are new, we do this every first Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I deliver a message to the collective, and then after, you have an opportunity to invest in a mini reading. Those are $25 if you choose to. Now, you don't have to invest in readings after, but I do recommend you stick around, because a lot of times those messages that are for others will resonate with you too. So there's a lot of good stuff that happens. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Hey, Anitra. Hi, Drasana. Welcome. Peace and love to you. Here we go today, dropping cards. Spirit just said it's none of those. So thank you so much. But I will pull from the bottom. I will be picking those up before I do the mini readings to make sure you guys have an opportunity to have all the cards. If you could see all these cards that fell. It happens so often, me dropping cards. Okay, so let's see what we have today. So this card says, when peace is your priority, negativity cannot exist, okay? So as I grab this card, one of the things that Spirit is telling me to tell you is this. You are in an energy where Spirit is holding you even more responsible for your own reality, for your own experiences, right? You know, it's like they say, just because someone comes knocking, you don't have to answer the door, right? So as you're moving into this elevated state, as you're moving into this higher frequency, there are going to be people, situations, entities, energies that will rather have you stay where you are, right? And these things are going to attack you in many ways. One of the main ways is going to be attempting to take you out of your peace. But what Spirit is saying is, number one, to remember that everyone is your mirror, right? So when a person is showing up, and some of you that have been with me, you've heard this message before, but Spirit is saying it again. Now, if you're going through this or struggling with this, Spirit is saying, pay attention, right? But remembering that everyone is a mirror, they're a reflection of you. So when they're nudging at you or aggravating you, ask yourself, what are they showing me, right? And sometimes it's difficult to go into that state of gratitude when someone is aggravating you. But what I've learned and what I've began doing is, when I feel that aggravation, I literally thank them even before I know what they're showing me, because I know they're here to grow me, right? And so I'm grateful that they chose to play that role in this experience, right? So what Spirit is telling you is, it's time for you to stop looking at others. Oh, they made me angry. They made me sad. They did this, they did that. And to also start holding yourself accountable. Why am I still experiencing these types of situations? What blocks do I have within me, right, that keeps me from elevating out of my current circumstances into the circumstances that I would rather be experiencing, right? And for those of you that have experienced childhood trauma, like a lot of us have, right? What I'm being told to tell you is, you can't blame the trauma anymore, right? You just can't. It's not to say that the trauma didn't affect you, but now it's time for you to stop the blaming altogether, right? Stop the blaming altogether. Stop asking the question, why did this happen to me, right? And start evaluating, what was this making me, right? What was this making me? How was this creating a path to reveal who I truly am on a soul level? So, like my personal experience, those of you that have been with me, you know, I had an abusive upbringing at the hands of my brother's dad. My mom married him when I was 6, and he was not a great person, period, right? But if I hadn't gone through that, or leaving home at 16, or becoming a mother at 19, being homeless, not having money for food, abusive relationship, 2 marriages, I'm not going to say it failed because they grew me, 2 marriages that wasn't aligned, right? I wouldn't be right here doing the work that I do. So those things, although they may have been painful when they were happening, they made me who I am. But the way that I was able to become who I was destined to be, or who I agreed to be when I entered this form, it required me to stop looking at the why did it happen to me, in the sense of, this was so horrible, it hurt me so bad, but start asking, why did it happen to me? How was it meant to grow me and expand me and get me closer to my calling, right? Because I guarantee when you look at your deepest struggle, your calling lies somewhere within that deep struggle, right? Let's see what y'all are saying. Hey, mom. Anitra said, hello, soul family. Hi, Christina. How are you? I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much. I'm so glad Alatha invited you. I haven't seen Alatha on yet. So let's see. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, so the next card we have is Rise Above is not yours to carry. You are an empath. So you guys, you know what? This happened the other day when I was in session with a soul client. These two cards came out, and then we even had a third card came out that had the twins on the cards, right? And so that whole message, that reiterating about the mirror, right? That mirror, everyone being your mirror. When you can see others as you, right? It gives you that opportunity to show more love and compassion. Now, here's the thing about that, right? That's after you've healed enough to be able to have love and compassion for self. Because if you haven't done that, when you show up in the face of others, you're showing up with them the way you feel about you and vice versa, right? So spirit is first saying it's time to heal. It's time to find out what areas of yourself you don't love or like, right? So that when you fully love you, you can love you in other forms, right? But then there's also the balance piece that's coming in. Spirit is saying now it's about us finding balance. It's about us learning how to, I'm hearing both enjoy life and live life, right? Because oftentimes we're so busy living life that we forget to enjoy life. We're working, we're paying bills, we're doing all the adulting stuff, right? We're not allowing ourselves room for fun and joy and just the things that cater to our inner child. So Spirit is saying find balance in your life. And for some of you that are go-getters, right, and spending a lot of time hustling to get ahead, Spirit is saying just find that balance between flow and putting in the work or the energy, right? Because sometimes we can take that overboard too. I was one of them. When I first started this business, I used to 7 days a week, 12, sometimes 17 days. It was ridiculous, ridiculous, you guys. I can't even believe I did it, but I did. Okay, let's see. Janae said, balance is something I have been working on. And you know what? What I would like to encourage you to do, Janae, is to cancel the lead. Balance is something I have been working on, and switch that to balance is something I have been choosing, right? Because when we say I'm working on it, we're literally keeping ourselves in that state of working on it. But when we choose it, we can release, get to that point of releasing whatever blocks are keeping us from being in that reality, right? But working on it, it's like we're always in that midst of getting there, right? So yeah, yeah. Okay, so we have eliminate distractions. Stop shining light on the things you are not. Look at that. Spirit is letting us know, just today in our soul family. And for those of you that aren't familiar, when I refer to our soul family, I'm referring to the group where I mentor, right? I have a mentorship where there's a group for those that I mentor. And so, anyways, I just reposted the lack language versus abundance language list, right? Because the old one in the files in the group, it was from like way back. The branding was the old branding. Even the website address was one that I don't have anymore. So, anyways, as I'm saying this to you, one of the things that we've been taught to do, we've been taught to speak of things as they are, right? As they are. So, like, if you were to say, let's say you were going to take a trip to Africa or a trip to Egypt or Bali or wherever you like to go, right? And you were saying, you know what? I really like to take this trip, but I don't have the money. I don't have the money right now. Well, each thing that you say, you're making a declaration, right? I don't have the money right now. And you may think by saying, I don't have the money right now, that means in this moment. But the only thing that we ever truly have is this moment. So every moment is a right now moment, right? We've been taught to speak like that. It's the truth, right? But what would happen if instead of saying, I don't have the money right now, we said, I am so grateful that I have the money plus some to enjoy this trip that I am taking to Africa, right? Shifting it like that. So Spirit would like you to stop highlighting what you don't have. My mom and I were talking the other day, and I was saying how I was watching something And somebody had said something like just made a blanket statement, right? And I said, well, yeah, that's their experience because that's what they believe. And I remember I used to say, I believe that all men cheat. Cancel, delete that spirit. I do not. But because I used to say that, right? Both my marriages, all my relationships, I was cheated on because I was declaring that. And I truly believe that. Right. And that's just how it works. Our words are so powerful. Everything we say casts a spell, right? Our words create our reality. So Spirit is telling you to stop highlighting what you'd rather not have, what you'd rather not experience, right? Even if it is what you're living in right now, right? Start speaking of things as if they already are existing the way you'd rather them be. So you can just bring it in, right? And I feel like this message that we're having today is a real big reiteration of things that Spirit has already said. But here's the thing, you guys, we're in this frequency right now, and it is so powerful. It is so powerful. And that abundance, that powerful abundance is not just reserved for positive abundance, right? It's just we're in an abundant energy. So whether we are speaking positively or whether we're speaking the opposite of positive, right? That's what we're going to get, and we're going to get it quickly. So right now, Spirit is saying is get yourself in a mindset boot camp where you are giving yourself the opportunity to utilize this energy, right? I was just told to tell you to stop worrying about what the naysayers think, right? People are going to always have an opinion, especially when you're shifting your life, especially when you are operating in a frequency that they're not used to seeing you in or that they're not operating in themselves, right? People may think you're weird. They may think you're crazy. They may think all of these things. But when you start to shift your life and you start to exist in positive abundance, creating miracles and magic, they're going to be looking at you like, well, what did you do? Right. And then that's when it's your time to share, to teach, to guide. Right. Let's see what y'all are saying. Um, Sharon said, absolutely. I'm choosing to enjoy life, not just do life. Exactly. Exactly. You already said that's right. Let's see. Janae said, it's definitely a reiteration for me. I'm glad I jumped in. I'm glad too. Thank you for being here. So yeah. Look, we have Angel of Love. So we tend to have a theme here today. The theme is love and compassion. The theme is balance, right? Seeing others as you see yourself, right? So love is the highest vibrational frequency there is, right? There's no getting around this, right? But self-love comes first, right? And here's the thing. Oftentimes when we're on our healing journey, we'll break down all these barriers, we'll break down all these walls, right? And then certain things will come up that'll highlight those shadow places within, right? So, Spirit is first of all telling me to tell you to love yourself through it. Not only are you being called to trust the process, you're being called to appreciate the process, right? I'm being told today is also about you not forgetting who you are, right? Not forgetting who you are. I just got a text that said my ex-husband texted me that it was 2:22 on 2:22, 22:22 because he's on a different coast, different time zone. So here we are, the 2:22. So you know what? Let me go ahead and do this because as I said that, Spirit is telling me to give you the angel number 222 to let you know what that message is. Okay. So bear with me. Okay. So angel number 222 is made up of the attributes and energies of number 2 appearing tripled, making number 222 a very powerful vibration. Number 222 carries the attributes of the numbers 2 and 22, the master builder number that resonates with ancient wisdom, vision, idealism, and transformation. Number 2 lends its influences of faith and trust, encouragement, attainment, and success, adaptability, diplomacy, and cooperation, duality, service, and duty, balance and harmony, selflessness, faith, and trust, and your divine life purpose and soul mission. Number 222 has to do with balance, manifesting miracles and new auspicious and timely opportunities. Angel number 222 encourages you to take a balanced, harmonious, and peaceful stance in all areas of your life. The message is to keep the faith and stand strong in your personal truths. Angel number 222 tells you that everything will turn out for the best in the long term. Do not put your energies into negativity. Be aware that all is being worked out by spirit for the highest good of all involved. Angel number 222 is also reminding you to keep up the good work you are doing, and the evidence of your manifestations are coming to fruition. Angel number 222 is a message of faith and trust from your angels. Remember that nothing happens by chance and everything happens for a reason. Maintain a positive attitude, and you will find that everything will have positive results and you will receive abundant blessings and divine right timing. And that breaks down to the number 6. Okay. So that's the message there. I'm being told to tell you the angel of love is here to guide you through it, right? The angel of love is here to guide you through it, but you're being called to lay your burdens down. You're being called to turn it over, right? Turn it over. What would happen if you just completely surrendered? Like literally, like seriously, ask yourself, like take some slow deep breaths, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart on your solar plexus, and literally ask your soul, what would happen if I just surrendered and turned it over to my divine spirit team? What would happen? Right? How would my life truly be? Because sometimes what happens is we'll surrender a little bit, we'll even surrender a lot of it, right? But then we'll have those moments where spirit is challenging us, right? And not in a bad way, but challenging us like if you were going to play a game, like it's a challenge, like, oh, I'm gonna win this game, right? Spirit will challenge us, and then that challenge will be so great it's a little bit uncomfortable. So then we kind of sit there like, yeah, I'm gonna surrender, but just not right now. I'm gonna surrender, but just not to that. What else you got for me? Right? But that's really not how it works when you're choosing to live a spirit led life. And what's the benefit of a spirit led life? Well, the benefit of a spirit led life is being able to create, experience, and live a life not only of your dreams, beyond your dreams, right? Because here's the thing, when you're being spirit led, spirit is guiding you to and through any and everything to get you not only where you desire to be, but where your soul agreed to be, right? And it's done in a way that's the least painful. The least painful, even though some things may be scary, some things may feel heavy and big, right? But when you just have that unwavering faith and trust that Spirit's got you, you can do it. You can move forward knowing that even though I might not have all the details right now, I might not know where this is taking me, but the one thing I do know is that Spirit's got me, right? Spirit's got me. Let's see what you are saying. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Tanya said, I'm loving this message. Spirit is laying it on us today, making sure we keep ourselves accountable for what we have and receive. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Shamika. Cardi Yardi said, yes, I believe and I receive. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, my beautiful cousin, Rochelle. If you guys have not followed Rochelle Nicole on Instagram, I would say do so. She's my younger cousin. My aunt and I were pregnant at the same time. My older son, Asim, and her at the same age. We were pregnant with them at the same time, riding roller coasters at Disneyland because my aunt assured me that children would be fine. And they were. They were. But yeah, she's an amazing singer and model. And she also is now doing motivational speaking and coaching and things like that. So she's really a great person to follow. So yeah. So look, all tied up. What Spirit is saying with this all tied up card, Spirit is letting us know that it's about us releasing the things that keep us busy. And I don't even mean just busy in like here's my in physical movement, right? Like physically busy. I mean up here, right? How many of you can say that when you sit still with everything off, no music, no guided meditation, nothing, and you just breathe, that you're able to do so and be comfortable in that stillness, right? For a lot of us, it's difficult, nearly impossible, because there's so many things that we're tied up with. Why? Because we're not letting Spirit guide us. That's because we don't have that unwavering faith and trust that Spirit's going to guide us through it and to it. So we're in our heads attempting to figure out, okay, what am I say? What am I say to them when this happens? I'm gonna say this, then they're gonna say this, then I'm gonna say this. Or if I do this, then this will happen. If I do this, then that'll happen, right? Yeah, there's a chance. There's a 50-50 chance that the way you're planning it will work. But the way you make sure 100% of the time that you get the results that serves your highest good is just allowing spirit to guide you. This is one of the reasons why meditation is so important. When you're meditating daily, what you're doing is you are allowing yourself to get in the habit of quieting your mind, right? Of slowing down, right? Aside from the physical and emotional benefits, right? The spiritual benefits are so incredible because the more you get used to that silence, the more you get comfortable in that stillness, the clearer spirit speaking becomes. Now, when I hear spirit speak, I hear spirit speak the way I hear a human person speak. Not all of us connect to spirit that way. You may see, you may feel. There may be other ways that you connect, right? My prominent way is hearing, right? But when I say speak, I don't necessarily mean hearing. I just mean in general, spirit communicating with you, right? I remember, you guys, when I first started meditating again, it was tough. It was real tough to do it. And so then I went, oh, thank you. I love you too. I love you too, cousin. Then I went into this space of I was meditating all the time. It was really easy. And then one time I realized, and when I say one time, I mean a period of time, I'm like, I'm having such a difficult time quieting my mind. What is going on? I like to do real deep connecting with spirit during a sacred bath. So this particular time I'm in the sacred bath and I kept, receiving and I'm like attempting to quiet my mind. And that in itself became a thing. And spirit was like, just flow with it, you know, instead of attempting to stop this, just flow with it. And by me agreeing to flow with it, I realized that was not my voice. That was spirit attempting to speak. But because in my mind, I thought meditation, it was easy for me to just quiet my mind, and then spirit would speak, but it felt like I was not quiet. It just felt like everything was moving, but that was spirit attempting to get in. But because I'm focused on everything's moving, I was blocking it, right? So the message here is also to be in flow, right? Be in flow. I was talking to someone today that thanked me for being so flexible, right? I don't run my business the way traditional business people run their business because I run my business spirit led. So, yes, I have systems in place. Yes, I have things that I do from the business standpoint, organized ways of doing things. But in all that I do, I leave flow, I leave room for flow, for spirit to guide me to do things differently than what my system is set up to do, right? So a lot of times, even within us being guided by spirit, we get so rigid in that we don't leave room for flow, right? I was sharing with one of my sisters in light, I was sharing with her how, spirit had guided me to do something. And the reason why I was guided to do this something is because it was important for me to learn lessons, right? And it's happened more than once, right? And then within that, it changes. But somebody just invited me to go live with them, but I'm still too new for that. But if I was so rigid in being stuck on a system, right, or a plan, I would have missed out on what was next in the lesson, right? So spirit is saying create flow within your flow. Yeah. Let's see. Shamika said, I might not know where spirit is taking me, but I surrender. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so look, this card came in reverse, you guys. So let's see why that is. Let's see why that is. It says, nothing real can be threatened. Ooh, let's say that again. Nothing real can be threatened. And so spirit is telling me to read what it says on the card as well. It says, how can you actively participate in creating heaven on earth? Anitra, you still with me? You still with me? Because remember, that came through. Heaven on earth, heaven and hell is a state of mind. So the first thing that came to mind when I looked at this card was peace. I'm going to show it to you up close, right? Peace. Peace. And as I'm saying peace, Spirit is also saying, again, the only thing that is real is right now, right? Right now. So I'm being told to tell you this first before we go even deeper into the card. You know how a lot of times we stress out, we worry, we fear as humans, right? As a collective of human beings, right? That's a part of our humanness. We do these things. But if you really ask yourself what's happening in that moment, what's happening is you're either thinking about the past or you're thinking about the future, but you're definitely not thinking about the now, right? Because if you were to focus on the now, like right now, in this moment, in every moment, right? You would be able to say, everything is good, right? Everything is good. Even if things aren't where you would like them to be, right? But it's good because you're alive, right? You have opportunity, right? You're alive, you have opportunity, and that opportunity is you can shift your reality at any given point. And you may be saying, okay, well, what about if I'm terminally ill, right? You still have a choice. You have an opportunity to live every moment as great as possible. You don't have to sit there worried or dread that day that you take your last breath, right? And as I'm saying that, Spirit is saying this is how we're called to live every day like it's our last, right? If you were on vacation at your favorite vacation, as y'all can see, travel is heavy on my mind, right? If you were on vacation at your favorite destination spot, how would you feel when you wake up in the morning? How would you feel? Spirit is saying, wake up like that every day. Wake up like that every day. That vibration that you're sending to the universe when you're waking up happy, when you're waking up in gratitude, when you're waking up in peace, right? Is going to assist you with creating more happiness, more gratitude, more peace, more experiences that create that within you. So Spirit is saying the choice is yours. It's up to you, right? And what I'm hearing with the nothing real can be threatened, and look, it's the number 2. Spirit is saying the one thing that is real is your inner divinity and your connection to the divine. So why do you doubt yourself, right? If you're the divine having a human experience, why do you doubt yourself, right? If you are a reflection of the divine, why do you doubt that spirit will show up for you, right? Spirit is going to always show up for you, always have your back, always guide you into your best life. As long as you don't put up no walls, you're guaranteed to get there, right? Let's see what you're saying. And you said, I am. Look, isn't spirit, the heaven on earth? No wonder I was told to read that one. Okay, so listen, I'm being told to go ahead to the crown chakra card. And this card is 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, right? So again, Spirit is encouraging you to build that connection, allow that connection to be built, right? Don't block that connection. Don't let your fears be stronger than your faith, right? Don't let your fears be stronger than your faith. When you release the fear and you operate in full faith, you allow that connection between you and the divine, you and spirit, to grow astronomically, right? You guys, you know what? I really cannot put into words what life is like when you're allowing spirit to guide everything. Like at first, it feels scary, it feels tough, right? You're not really sure because, yeah, you've heard people talk about manifesting and, I've been really into this since I was 17. Thoughts are things. My thoughts create my reality. Over the years, more things were piled onto it. In theory, I got it. I understood it. Part of me even really believed it, right? But I didn't really believe it until I experienced it, right? But how did I get to that point? I chose to experience it, right? Those of you that have been with me, I always say the thing that I said is My commitment to following the guidance I receive from spirit is stronger than any of my human hangups. That's my commitment to me, to spirit. So when spirit tells me to do something, it's not that I don't feel nervous or afraid or worried or unsure. Well, you know what? I'm going to say the unsure part has passed, but there was a time, right? It's not that I didn't feel those things, but because I know the outcome. And I know that's just that human part of me, right? That's attempting to take over. Oftentimes that human part is my inner child. It's rooted in past traumas and past experiences, right? And that inner child, my unconscious self, is operating from an operating system of when I was traumatized, right? Which is usually birth through 6 years old, through 7 years old, right? So think about the logic there, right? So I chose to push through. And then the more I pushed through, the more spirit showed me and proved to me, you have nothing to fear. I got you. I got you. And each time spirit showed up for me, I started to build that trust, right? My life started to get better and better and better, right? So then it became easier. Then I could look at challenges in the face and be like, I got my secret weapon. That's spirit. Come through spirit. You know what I mean? You just put that one step in front of the other. Make that commitment. Allow your commitment to yourself be that you are committed to following the guidance that you receive from spirit, and that you're going to have that commitment be stronger than any of your human hangups. That's real easy. That's just one commitment. Right? It's one commitment. Okay, you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to grab the rest of these cards. Y'all gonna see my pajamas. Don't trip. I will be right back. I am still here because I am being told to pull some more cards, and I am being told to pull some more. The things I love about working from home, y'all. I never clothes. Even when I go places, when I come home, I say first thing I do is take my clothes off and put on the robe. I probably have more robes than most people just because I don't wear clothes at home. Like outside clothes. Okay, let me pull some more cards for us and see what spirit has for us. And let's see what you guys are saying. Hi, the bag lady. What's your name? Let me know what your name is. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for inviting the bag lady, Anitra. And even that, you know what I'm hearing Erica do? Bag lady, you gonna hurt your back. Carrying all that mess around. I know that's not really what she said, but you guys know what she means. Hello, Senorita. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I do too. I love them. I was like, that's probably why I have a cat, Ganesh. He's a black cat. He's part Siamese and part something else. I call him my teacup panther because the way he walks and strolls like a panther. But I don't have cat hair on my clothes. I'm like, that's probably why, because I never wear clothes. Like I never really wear clothes. He doesn't shed very much, but but he does. He's a cat. They do. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for us? Oh, look at that. Pull from the bottom. Okay. And I'm being told to take one more from here. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Welcome. Okay, let's see. What do you have? Okay, listen, y'all. Spirit has jokes. Pull from the top. Okay. Okay, so listen, this card came in reverse. Let's see why. The artwork on these cards are so beautiful. This is another new deck, you guys. I'm like a child with toys. I always get new decks because I use them so often. It's always fun. And I don't look at all the cards when I first open them. I only see them as I'm doing readings. So if they don't ever come out in readings, whether for myself or others, then I don't see them. So I get surprised every time I have a new deck. But anyways, it says, express yourself creatively, start something new. What creative pursuit do you feel drawn to? Okay, so you know what? Here's the thing, you guys. When we were talking about being in this abundant energy where spirit is here to support us, right? But then also we were being told to have faith, right? To have faith, to move forward. So spirit is saying right now is the perfect time for you to begin something new. Whether it's something in your business, whether it's something in your personal life, your spiritual life, your healing life, right? Whatever it is, Spirit is saying now is the time you are being supported. Even when I was led to read the angel message for 222, right? You are being supported. So Spirit is saying, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Like the energy I'm feeling right now is just like this pull to say, you deserve to be happy. What are you waiting for? Right? You deserve to live the life that you have always dreamed of. And when I say that, Spirit is saying that dream may not even necessarily be like, oh, a house on the hill, a house on the lake, traveling all over the world, materialistic things. It may not even be that. For some, it could be. It's not good, bad, either way, it just is. But Spirit is saying it may not even be that. But what that is, a dream life is a life without worry, right? A life without worry. How do you live a life without worry? Being spirit led, right? How are you spirit led? Healing the things that make you not trust, right? That keep you from taking action, that makes you doubt. I can't tell you how many people I encounter where spirit will guide them. Let's just say working with me. They'll get guided to work with me, right? Their soul will say yes. They'll feel it, but then they don't take immediate action. Next thing you know, that unconscious mind starts to speak. And then it's like, well, I done talked myself out of it, right? Right? When you get to a point where spirit is guiding your every step, that's a dream life, right? That's a dream life because no matter what, everything is always working out in my favor. Everything that happens in my life is always serving my highest good. I'm never alone. I speak it, I receive it. I seek it, I find it. I was on Voxer with Anitra, my sister in light. I'm gonna tell you, where I go to yoga, you guys, it's usually packed in the evening because there's other businesses in the same little plaza area, right? And so I do this often. I'll be like, okay, spirit, I'd like a park in the front. I like a park close to the front. Make it happen, please, and thank you, right? And then I'll just wait. And it never fails. So I was on with the Anitra and I was doing the I did a Snapchat so I could do like a little short video and I was showing her where the yoga class was, where the park was. Then I showed her when the guy was pulling out, and I'm like, woo, because I get excited. Like my inner child, my relationship with spirit, it's a three-way relationship. It's me, my inner child, and spirit, right? So when spirit comes through, I celebrate. I get excited like it's the first time. You know what I mean? I get excited. So then let me tell you what happened at that point. After yoga, I'm coming home, right? Those of you who've been with me, I've had cervical spine surgery, rotator cuff surgery. I got rear-ended after I recovered, and now the knee started acting up. So, anyways, our apartment complex, they actually put a handicap park right in front for me, right? And then there's a neighbor who has a handicap park on the end for her mother because she has a walker. So I'm on the street. Here's the street, right? Right here. You go right here to kind of turn into our gate. And I get this text. Whoever's parked in the handicap park in building 2, you're going to be told if you don't move. Soon as I come up to my park, this lady is backing out. Perfect timing. Spirit knows how much I don't like to wait for a park. Last time someone parked in my spot, I went knocking on doors, right? So I told Spirit that I was choosing not to go through that. And look how it was perfect timing. I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, perfect timing. When I pulled up, they were literally backing out. Well, the other lady had reported it, but Spirit made it happen where as I came home, my park was available. These are just little things, right? Just little things that we sometimes don't even think of, or see as significant, but they are, right? And then the larger things too. Spirit comes through financially. If there's something that I'm choosing to do that's out of my budget, I just tell Spirit, okay, Spirit, this is what I'm choosing to do. Make it happen. And then I just let it go. So there's a process of also setting the intention and then forgetting about it, allowing Spirit to do what Spirit does, right? The Spirit just said, get started now. Do not wait. Do not delay. Whatever it is, it's going to be different for everyone, but get started, right? I just heard for some of you, you're waiting, but this next move could be your best move. I'm being told to tell you also, as you are experimenting and exploring, right? Now, this is coming through more as business, right? Just like we talked about the trauma and the things we experienced in our lives, how it grew us. Listen, I can't tell you how many things I've done, how many businesses I've had. Okay. I was a stay at home mom, right? And I was talking to my sister in law, and I was like, you know what? Actually, I was never just a stay at home mom. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I was always doing something, right? We were military for over 14 years. So I had a in-home daycare. I sold Mary Kay. I even had a business where I provided dancers for the military guys, right? I've sold Isha, like just all kinds of network marketing stuff, because I always felt like doing something. It was tough back then for me to just be at home and allow my husband to take care of me, right? And so anyways, I was saying how I've always done something. And I was usually really good at those some things, but they just didn't fulfill my soul. So then I would stop. And oftentimes when we're doing things and then we stop, we beat ourselves up because we feel like a failure, or we feel like we're not productive, or whatever those feelings, those human hang up feelings are. But you know what it was? It was preparing me. It was allowing me to see the things that I enjoyed versus the things that I didn't. And then it gave me the time and space to receive what my calling was from spirit. So now, from all the things that I did, I now have experience that will assist me as I'm existing in my calling. It wasn't a failure. It was me learning. It was me growing. It was me expanding. It was me preparing. Right. So, what Spirit is telling me to tell you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go through your learning spell. Stop calling it failure. Stop calling it failing. You're growing. You're expanding. You're preparing. I'm also being told to tell you to ask yourself, what do you love? What do you really love doing? Start there. Start there. Life is meant to be fun. It's meant to be enjoyed. You're not meant to be waking up every day hating going to work. I when I was told by Spirit to do this work, here's the thing. I get to decide how I do it as long as I'm doing it. So I decide when I like to start sessions, what time, when I'd like to actually be doing the back office stuff, right? You get to decide. Spirit is telling me to tell you, oftentimes what you choose is associated with the money. How much money can I receive? Spirit said, throw that out the window. That's also a lack of faith. When you do what you love, the money will come, right? And I know, depending on where you are in your journey, this may sound like woo woo. It might sound like, yeah, okay, I got bills, right? I'm not saying you got to do it now where you're in that mindset. I'm just dropping that seed so you can start to shift your unconscious mind, shift your unconscious thinking, and start to be aware that you can still have all that you desire and all that's required and enjoy life, right? It's that set it and forget it. This is what I'm choosing to experience. This is what I'm choosing to have. This is what I love to do. But Spirit, I have faith. I know that you can make it happen. I can have both. I can do what I love, and I can still live the life that I enjoy without focusing on where and how it's going to happen. Right? You know how they say God works in mysterious ways? Allow God to work in mysterious ways for you. Let's see. Hey, Pat. Pat said, hey, soul family, listening and driving. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Let's see what you all are saying. Oh, that's so good. So good, Stephanie. I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. Sharon said, another confirmation about starting my blog. I'm on it, Spirit. Yes, do it. Do it. Start that blog. Anitra said, love it. No, a no worry life covered all things. Yes, it does. And Anitra, I'm always talking about how I was talking to Anitra, right? But I was talking to Anitra, and I was like, you know, I was telling Spirit, I'm choosing to have you give me the words that can express what it is that I do when I work with people, right? It's so different for everyone because it's individualized, it's personalized, right? And what I realize is it's more of a feeling than an explanation, because if I attempt to describe it, it's going to sound like something that everybody is already doing, but it's not. right? It's not. So I just told spirit, either give me the words so it can be felt in their spirit, or bring those whose spirits are open. And I'm even hearing whose spirits are mature enough. And when I say mature, it's not a mindset maturity, it's spiritually mature enough, right, to be in tune with their feelings, because we all have the ability to be in tune, but some of us aren't spiritually mature enough to really be in tune, right? That takes healing as well, right? So I'm saying this because as it relates is, when it comes to describing what it really means to live a spirit-led life, I struggle with putting it into words because it can't be described, right? It can't, no words does it justice, right? It's a feeling that you understand when you're doing it. Because you get in this zone. You get in this zone where it's like, you hear about the manifesting, you hear and you experience it here and there, sometimes more often than not. But when you're in this zone, and sometimes you don't even realize how in the zone you are until even certain things you say that is not aligned, it's like it happens and you're like, oh yeah, spirit, cancel, delete, that is not what I was saying. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. You may not, according to society's standards, right, life may look really different, whatever standards society has, but it's that feeling, it's that comfort of knowing that you're magical, right? That spirit has your back, right? It can't be put into words. But none of us are more special than the other, right? We're one. It's available to all of us. But we got to get out of our own way, right? To experience it. Now, look, this is why I was like, spirit got jokes, because this card came in again for us. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. Christy Lou 48 said, enjoying life is key with faith. Absolutely. Absolutely. And let's see. Janae said, the next move is my best move. Love that perspective. Absolutely. And claim it just like that. My next move is my best move. Every move is my best move, right? Claim it. Speak life into your life. Release how society taught us how to talk, how to be in lack. Because as long as we're in lack, as long as we lack faith, we're easily controlled, right? I'm not accepting any lives together, but thank you so much for look, you guys, I'm sitting here touching my mouse, my computer, attempting to decline the invite on TikTok. Okay. Don't judge me. Okay, but this card says, when peace is your priority, negativity cannot exist. So, what I'm being told to ask you, how do you gain for sure peace? What's more peaceful than spirit guiding you, right? I've shared this before how I got to this point on my journey, right, where I was really surrendering and allowing spirit to guide my life. And I noticed that I started to be like a airhead, is how I called it. Like my brain, kind of what was happening just now, touching the mouse part on the computer to decline on my phone, right? But it was like, what was happening though is I was using my mind less, and I was in this transition period. So it's almost like my mind was mush because I was relying so much on spirit, right? But I wasn't in that zone of like fully, it was like this in between space. It was really weird, but beautiful at the same time. So I'm being led to share this with you because what spirit is telling me to tell you is, as you're on your journey of transition, right, there's going to be some moments that are uncomfortable. I used to be like, and I used to be so smart, but now, you know what I mean? It was funny. But anyways, spirit is letting you know there's going to be some areas of uncomfortability because it's new. You're not used to it, right? Anytime you transition, there may be some discomfort. But it's like when I was a kid going through puberty and I started to grow. I don't know about you. You know how they talk about growing pains? I literally have physical growing pains. I didn't stop growing because it was painful, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So spirit is saying, as you're on this journey of transition, some things may be uncomfortable. Just bear with it. Don't lose faith. Don't lose faith, right? Again, that discomfort is not meant to stop you. It's meant to grow you, right? And with this, when peace is your priority, negativity can't exist. The other thing the spirit is telling me to tell you is faith and fear can't dwell in the same temple, right? You cannot say I live a faithful life and be afraid to allow spirit to guide you. It's just not the case. You just can't. They don't exist together. They don't. They're conflicting ways of existing, right? So spirit is saying choose. Choose. Would you like to keep going at it alone or going at it part-time with spirit? Or would you like to just surrender, feel that peace, be in that flow, live your best life, right? 43 on this card, which is the number 7, which has been coming up a lot. So you may feel to look up that number. So this one came in reverse. Let's see why. Let me show it to you as well. It came in reverse. Let me see why. It says rest, renew, recharge. What does your body crave? It says in need right now, but we're going to cancel delete need because we don't claim need. We need nothing. Everything that we could desire and require is already within, right? So let's switch out need for abundance language. What does your body crave and what serves your body's highest good right now? Okay. So the reason why this came in reverse is because spirit is telling me to tell you that most of you are not getting enough rest. Most of the time, you are not getting enough rest. Most of you, and then most of the time, you. So spirit is saying all of us, right? All of us, me included. You're not getting enough rest. Right? Now, as I'm going from the physical rest, spirit is saying you're also not getting enough rest here, right? You're not allowing your mind the time to recharge. You're on go 24/7, right? 24/7. You know what? Back in the day when I used to go get manicures and pedicures and do the whole spa thing, I used to take my phone with me. You know what I do while I'm sitting in that massage chair? I'd be on my phone, right? Now, you know what I do? I either leave the phone in my car, I turn the phone on silent, but I don't pick up that phone to be on my phone, right? Because that's still busy up here, right? I was in yoga the other day and I started to receive a message from one of my sisters in light. And I said, nope, this is my time. The old me would have got the message, made a note of it, but it's like, nope, this is my time. Spirit is telling me to tell you to take a time out for self love and self care. I'm even hearing in self compassion. It's important. It's essential, right? It's as important as the air you breathe and the food you eat, right? Spirit is telling you to nourish your soul. Stop depriving yourself of self-love and self-care. And I know some of you may be like, you know what? I love myself. I treat myself. But Spirit's not talking about in the tangible ways, right? Spirit's not talking about in the tangible ways. Spirit is talking about in those soul nourishing ways, right? Those mind nourishing ways, right? Those heart nourishing ways, those energetic nourishing ways, right? I went grounding yesterday and I hadn't been grounding in a while outside, right? It had been a while. And speaking of grounding, you guys, for those of you that were on at the very beginning, that exercise we did with the breathing, that's a quick grounding exercise. It can be that quick, you know. You can do it in the house or you can go outside, take your socks and shoes off and do it. But we did a grounding exercise in the beginning. But anyways, I hadn't gone outdoors to ground in a while. And I have been getting messages about grounding, right? And it was on my list of things to do, right? But it wasn't on a real list, like on my calendar. If I had put it on the calendar, I would have been did it. You know, it was on that mental list of things to do. And then sometimes that list gets thrown out the window. I just forget. So, anyways, one of my sisters in light during her one-on-one session, she gave me a reading because the thing we've been working on together is, you know, me assisting her with increasing her gifts and skills as a reader, right? And her reading was amazing. And one of the things that came through was me going outside. So I instantly knew that was spirit telling me to ground. And you know what I did? I went grounding the very next day, right? That feeds my soul. That feeds my energy. I had hugged a tree. I just hugged the tree, connected to its frequency, took some slow, deep breaths, closed my eyes. People coming. I didn't care. They probably like, what in the world is this child doing? Grounding, minding my business, right? But I felt so good after. So good after. So spirit is just reminding us to do things like that, right? Allowing us to get closer and deeper connected. I'm hearing both deeper and deeply connected with source, right? It's important. Okay. So look, we got this card again, you guys. As I'm saying, get deeper connected with source. So I was hearing that ain't no sunshine when she's gone song playing, and I was checking in with Spirit to see if that was a message for right now. And Spirit said no. So that's why I said okay. But look, as we're talking about getting closer to source, this card comes up again. Spirit is saying that Spirit would love to have a deeper relationship with you. And some of you, you think your relationship is deep enough, right? But if you're here right now, or if you watch this on the replay, Spirit is saying there's room for growth. There's room for growth, right? There's room for growth. We're always growing and elevating. And wherever you are right now with that connection, you can get deeper connected, right? When you put that wall down that says, oh, I'm connected. Some of us like to hold our nose up, but that I'm connected. There's more. There's more. Let's see what you're saying. Um, Peaceful time to yourself. Yes, 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 absolutely, absolutely. There's so much chaos in the atmosphere and the collective that keeps us disconnected, keeps us disconnected from that peace, you know? And we oftentimes, you know how people say, it's so loud, I can't think, right? But take that and connect to what that means and what it feels like. And in the collective, just everything from media, from social media, news media, everything, people's mindsets, people's energies, people's expectations, beliefs, judgments, right? That is so loud that we can't hear ourselves think. But do you know what thinking really is? Thinking is not what we've been taught it is, right? Thinking is really connecting. It's really connecting to that place of divinity within, right? And then connecting deeply to source and being guided, right? It's so loud, and that's intentional. It's so loud that we can't even connect. So it's up to us. Remember in the beginning, Spirit said it is our responsibility. And I just heard the song, I could do this for hours, start playing. Spirit said it's our responsibility, right? It's our responsibility. So it's up to us to take that time out from that noise so that we can connect. And through that connection, we receive a shield, right? A shield. And speaking of shields, protecting ourselves spiritually every day, non negotiable, every day, non negotiable. They're attacking our minds, they're attacking our spirits, right? I'm hearing our food. And thank you for saying that, Spirit. So here's the thing I'm being told to tell you also, for those of us who are more conscious about what we eat or put into our bodies, Spirit is saying when it comes to that, right? Understanding your power. We have the power to transmute everything, right? So when you have something, it's really good to cleanse it energetically. It's really good to, of course, we pray over our food. Many people pray over your food, but also cleanse it energetically. Connect to your healing angels and just cleanse that food. Because the bottom line is, unless you got some real organic seeds and you're growing your own food, even stuff that says it's organic, it's not. But you could either worry about that, stressing yourself out, creating a frequency within your system, or you could call on Spirit, right? To make it safe. See, and here's the thing. Spirit, I understand. Spirit is letting me know how woo-woo this may sound to some. And to others, it doesn't sound woo-woo at all. But that's because faith is lacking. That's because the depths of the knowledge of how this works, right? How we're in control, how Spirit shows up for us is lacking. It didn't used to be that way, It didn't used to be that way. But it's that way now because we've been programmed this way. So Spirit is telling me to use the example again. You know how we've talked about the parting of the Red Seas, the, water into wine, fish in the loaves of bread. That's manifesting. And we've been taught that it's this biblical story that was only reserved for a certain few. But in reality, we all had the ability to manifest in that way. We just lost our belief. And with the loss of belief, lost the ability. We lost the ability, right? And instead of breathe again, Tony Braxton, I was hearing, believe again, believe again. Oh, let me see. I have these pop-ups. I was closing. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yes, Alexander says surrender to flow. Sharon said, yes, I release my fear of money and scarcity mindset and choosing to trust that Spirit has my back. Yes. And you guys, you know what? I get so excited So excited every time a new soul family member joins the mentorship, right? Because here's the thing, I know what you're in store for, right? I know what you're in store for. And when you have this prompting in your soul, and then when you take action, and then when we get to work, now here's the thing, it's all on you. I'm the messenger, I'm the vessel. You're the one that's doing the taking action. You're the one that's surrendering. You're the one that's doing the things the spirit guides me to guide you to do. So it's all you, right? But I get so excited because I know how life transforms when you commit to yourself and you do the things that spirit's guiding you to do, right? Like the results. But then here's the thing, maintenance is so important, you guys. Maintenance. We can do the work. There was a time where I stopped protecting myself, I stopped meditating, and I felt the difference. I felt the difference. You know, I was thinking I could just be like, okay, I'm protected, I'm shielded, and I didn't have to protect no more. And then I started receiving these attacks, like from individuals that were sending me spiritual and energy attacks, right? And so one of my mentors, I was talking to her and she was asking me questions. And I told her, I said, I haven't been protecting every day. I just set the intention I'm protected. And she goes, yeah, that's fine, but still protect every day, right? So the way I describe it now, it's like when we don't protect, it's like, yes, we're protected, but it's like having a door, a front door, which most of us have front doors, and leaving it unlocked, right? Although there's a barrier there, if a person really gave it a shot, they twist the knob and bam, they got full access, right? So so yeah, so spirit is just telling me to tell you protecting every day. Protecting every day is important. Let's see what y'all are saying. Um, Alexander says self-compassion is key. Yes. Pat said, okay, so maybe I haven't been having brain fog lately. Interesting. Pat, and you know that surrender was a thing for you, and then you chose to surrender. So listen, I wouldn't doubt it. It for me, it happened once I was like being spirit led, spirit led, spirit led. You know, everything was spirit led, spirit led. So then it was almost like a mechanism. When I would rely on my brain, it was like my brain was no longer as competent, but it was just me getting used to, you know, being spirit led, even on the things that I didn't really deem as something to be led by spirit on, if that makes sense, right? And then I realized it's everything. It's everything, you know? But yeah, there was that period where it was truly like, what's happening to me, you know? So yeah, let's see. Pat said, yes, I received this. More sleep and nourishing myself serves my highest good. Yes. Alexander said, I feel like spirit is trying to give me messages while I sleep, but it's like flashes of images that are running so quick. How can I slow it down and receive it? What I'm being told to tell you is for you to just breathe, right? And set the intention that I am receiving these messages with clarity, right? And then just let it go. Because sometimes we can attempt too hard. You know what I mean? It's like if you're looking in the dark and you're squinting and you're kind of making out shapes, and then in your mind, you're like, okay, is this, is that? As opposed to if we just laid there and we just were breathing and just kind of sitting there still in that dark, then it starts to make itself clear, right? It starts to make itself clear. What I'm being told to tell you is to stop pushing and pulling, right? Just allow. And let your guides know, your spirit team know that I am open to receive, right? And then also go within to find out what areas within me are blocking me from receiving. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Sometimes we cut off our own gifts because we have underlying fears, right? For me, I was very clear that I was not choosing to see dead people. I'm not Sixth Sense. This ain't that movie. No. Right. So, although I have other gifts, the prominent gifts is hearing. Well, number one is hearing because of the fact that the nature of my work, it's the most convenient. Right. But I started to tell spirit a couple of years ago that I was choosing to have all of my gifts fully activate, right? So then I started seeing fairies in my room. So those are nice and harmless, right? So then I made it clear what I am willing to see, right? So it's an exploration. I realized there was a fear there for me in the beginning. I was fearing seeing things that would scare me. So that gift was cut off until I was open to, and we can set boundaries within our gifts too. So yeah, so I was just told to tell you that, and that's for everyone. Go within and see, are there any blocks within you that's keeping you from seeing? You know, sometimes we can know within our soul that there's something we're being called to do that is going to push us out of our comfort zone. So unconsciously we'll put up a block, right? So yeah, yeah. Hi, Lacey Dawn. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. Drasana says, signing out, love. Message me on Facebook, please. I like it. Okay, a private mini reading. I sure will. I will. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Oh, so we're about to get into the mini readings. Now, the mini reading that I was talking about before, the $25 readings, those don't happen privately. Those happen here during the live. I do offer readings privately, but they're a different price. The $25 readings happen during our lives at the end of Empower Hour. You're so welcome, Alexandra. Hi, my beautiful aunt. How are you? How are you? So, yes. Hi, Della. Welcome. Welcome. So yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to this last card, you guys, and then we're gonna get into the mini reading portion. So we have Did I showed you this card? Yes, I did. As I do this, I remember holding it up. Spirit is telling us to get deeper connected. But we have this second chakra, Archangel Ariel card. Okay. So you know what? What's coming through big time with this card is spirit is just telling me to tell you it's time to heal your trauma. The sacral chakra oftentimes carries a lot of wounding that is stems in like sexual trauma, right? Sexual trauma. And as I'm saying that, what spirit is telling me to tell you is even if you weren't molested, right? Or you didn't have a sexual trauma like that, you could have had a sexual trauma as an adult. I was in a relationship when I was 19 up into my 20s, and this person raped me. We were in a relationship, but he forced me. My choices were to either have sex with him or to get on the corner and hoe, right? And he was abusive, so I believed him. So obviously, I chose to have sex with him, and he like put his fingernails in my arms so deep that I had those bruises for like years after the event, right? So that's a sexual trauma that happened. So it's not always rooted in like a childhood sexual abuse, right? But spirit is saying for those of you that have dealt with that, it's time for you to heal that, right? It's time for you. And also, I'm being told to tell you, some of you may not acknowledge how things affected you. I'm also being to address those of you who look at things that you experienced as being your fault, right? Now, as I say that, what spirit is saying, some of you may not even be consciously aware that you're holding I'm hearing a frequency of believing it's your fault, right? Because oftentimes logically we know things, right? But our logic and our unconscious minds do not always do this, especially when we heal. Yeah, they'll do this, but before that, they be all over the place opposite of each other. So spirit is just telling me to tell you it's time to heal that, right? It's time to heal that. Also, you may feel led when you're laying down at night before you go to sleep to just put your hand on your sacral chakra, which is located beneath your belly button, right? And just send healing energy there. Just call on all your healing angels, ancestors, guides of highest light and love, and just send healing there, right? Setting the intention to release all that stuck, stagnant, old energy from this solar plexus, from this chakra. And as I'm saying, solar plexus, the reason why spirit is having me say that, why it slipped out, is because it brings a message that this trauma, it's hindering your power, right? It's hindering your power. So it's time for you to release it. It's time for you to heal it. It's time for you to let it go, right? And as I'm saying that, I'm feeling some heart stuff. And so spirit is saying also pay attention to your heart, right? Nurture your heart back to health, right? Okay. Anitra said, I like your declaration to release fear. Hey, Deasia, how are you? You guys, you may feel led to follow Deasia on YouTube. She does readings and shares her journey. And you guys maybe feel led to follow that Yes Life. Follow Anitra on Instagram. She's an awesome coach as well and does a lot of amazing things. So, let's see. I'm just making sure. Oh, Shamika said, I love when I'm painting rocks and spirit guides me to what color and what inspiration to put on it. See, it's like the simplest things, right? And when we start with the simple things, we can allow it to go into the big things. Let's see. Janae said, I will start saying what I'm willing to see instead of so I don't want to see anything. Yes, yes, yes. We have the ability to create boundaries. It's just like I said, when I was in yoga and I was receiving a message from my soul sister, and I told Spirit, I was like, this is my time right now. Talk to me after. I was going to say later and after. Talk to me later, talk to me after. And here's the other thing too. This is something that I recommend you do if you have not yet set like those clear boundaries within yourself. You can see within your mind's eye like an open sign, right? One that lights up with that little metal dangly string, right? And when you're open, when you're available to receive from spirit, just pull it on in your mind. You can even go through the hand motion of pulling it on and then see that sign lit up is open. And when you're done receiving for others or receiving from a place of serving, right? Then you just turn it off and set that understanding with your spirit team. This is what this means, right? And whatever boundary you decide to have, you just set that boundary and they will respect it. When my gifts first started to come back fully, it was like, Ghosts on Whoopi, where all those spirits were in the room, except for me, it wasn't seeing, right? It was hearing. It was like a room full of people just talking to me. And so I was like, give me a minute. And I went into the toilet area of the bathroom and shut the door so I could connect with my grandmother's energy because it was comforting and peaceful. And I could hear them on the other side of the door. And I'm like, I said, give me a minute. And I always say this when I share this story. They could have totally came through the door, obviously, right? But because I said, give me a minute, they respected that and stayed on the other side, but they were still talking until I said, and then they stopped. So we are always in control. Just because we allow our gifts to come through and we decide to serve, we don't have to be on 24/7, right? As it relates to serving. I like to keep my channel open 24/7 so spirit can always guide me and serve me. But we don't have to be on 24/7 to serve, It's your choice. It's your choice. Um, Awesome. Awesome. I've been praying for your dad too. And you guys, can we take a moment and just send prayers to my Aunt Rachel's dad? Just send healing energy and prayers for him if we can do that. So Mama Rachel is my aunt, who is the aunt I was telling y'all about when my cousin Rochelle Nicole came on TikTok. That's the aunt we was on the roller coaster together while we were pregnant. So let's see. Okay. So, yes, yes, yes. So now we're going to get into the mini reading part, you guys. So, the way this works is if you like a mini reading, you send your $25 over to Cashapp. If you guys are over on TikTok, what I would recommend you do is click the link in the bio and the Cashapp is there. But when you send your payment, put your name in the note so I know who it is and I can give you a reading. If you like to be able to ask a question, I recommend you join us on YouTube, right? Because the comments go so fast on TikTok that I won't be able to see your question. If you send a reading and from TikTok and you're over here, it's going to be a general. But those of you that are on YouTube, if you would like a question, you'll be able to put it in the comments here, or you can get a general, okay? So I'm going to share the Cash App with you all. And again, like I said, if you guys are not getting a reading, I have to stop to make sure I was spelling SHWRTH. If you're not getting a reading, I still recommend you stick around, because I also share more messages in between the readings. So let me know, and let's see if anyone's with us on Facebook. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and join us on YouTube if you'd like a reading. Okay. So yes, yes, yes. Okay, so while I'm waiting to know who's getting a reading, I am going to pull another card for us as a collective. So this felt a little uncomfortable at first, you guys, because I'm so used to just being live. My mom said I'm sending healing prayers to Rachel's father. Be blessed. Thank you, Mom. Usually, like I said, when I go live, I'm on YouTube. We've been doing this since what, 2017 or 18? I don't recall right now. But anyways, so being live on all three places, at first it felt a little uncomfortable. I told Spirit, I was like, okay, Spirit, just come on through. But this is why Spirit's been telling me It's time to go live in other places because building that same comfortability on all the platforms. And it's only because those of you that join me over here, we family, And so as those of you that are on the other channels start to join, it'll be the same. Listen, y'all, I said I was pulling a card. Do I take those or that one? Okay, Spirit said take the last one I was about to pull. Carrying connections. So what I'm being told is these cards that I pulled out first is for the first person that gets their reading. Those cards are for them. Hi, Portia. How are you? So with carrying connections, I'm just hearing you're entering a space where everyone is here to grow you, but it's not in that same type of growth that we were talking about before, right? It's coming through as you are now entering a space where you are going to be surrounded by high vibe, high energy people, right? People that are truly there to care for you, people that are truly there to assist you on your journey in a loving way. And when I say in a loving way, Spirit is also saying, and that loving way may also come in the form of tough love. Self-love was coming through too. Tough love. But what Spirit is saying is it's not in that same way where you're experiencing people that don't mean you well that are here to grow you. Spirit is saying it's time for you to allow that in. And the way that you do that is to stop saying things like, people can't be trusted, everybody are this or everybody are that, right? Because you're keeping yourself in that energy. But this is what Spirit is choosing to give you. Spirit is choosing to give you that ease and flow and grace in every aspect of your life, including your connections. So it's just like when I shared how my past relationships, they cheated because I believe that every man cheated, right? And so I was getting that. So Spirit is saying it's the same for you. It's the same for you. This is what's available to you if you're ready to heal the parts within you that makes you believe that this is impossible. Okay. So that was for all of us, all of us. Oh, I'm glad you did too, Portia. I'm so glad. Now let me see if I pull this down, I'm just checking to see. Um, Okay, awesome. Thank you, Portia. Thank you. So these cards are for you. And there's 4 cards. So you said general. Okay, so first we have the strategy card. Then we have woman holding a coin. Then we have third chakra archangel Shamuel, solar plexus, and we have envy. So what message do you have for Portia Spirit? Okay, so the first thing that Spirit told me to tell Portia to stop being so much in her head when it comes to finding ways to make money. She's been spending too much time planning and plotting that you're not spending enough time in action. Now, here's the thing to remember. It's time for you to stop feeling sorry for yourself when things don't go according to your plan. You are actually being pushed in a direction that doesn't feel comfortable because you're being pushed, I'm hearing, closer to and deeper to your calling. You've been on the fence from one choice to another, but in your heart and in your soul, you know which route is for you. Stop worrying about what other people are thinking because you do have a lot of people around you that really are not looking out for your best interest, that don't have your best interest in mind. And it's only because of jealousy. People know what you're capable of, even beyond you know you're capable of. Stop allowing fear to get in the way. Portia, it's time for you to move forward into this new energy. You've been here long enough, and I'm receiving it's like you've been spinning your wheels. You've been experiencing the same experiences, right? Whether it's work, whether it's love, friendship, it's like a cycle that just keeps going, keeps going. And I'm being told to tell you it's not any sort of generational curse, right? It's just your mindset, right? It's time for you to accept and know that you deserve better, right? The desire to have better and do better isn't enough. Spirit is saying it's time for you to know you deserve better, right? I was just told to tell you to stop planning and start playing. So with this strategy card, right? What Spirit is saying, that planning that's going on in your mind, right? To step away from it for a while and just enjoy life. Do something that just feels like joy for you, right? Doesn't have to be anything expensive. Spirit said the money will come. When you change your frequency, when you change your mindset, the money will come. And the reason why it's not so easy for you to make money, like you see people, they have these bright ideas, they're bringing in this income, they think it, they do it, it happens. It's not happening for you like that because you haven't fully aligned with your purpose and even your love, your joy. Get in touch with what that is. There's still some confusion there within you. So naturally, there's confusion centered around what you receive. Spirit just said, tell Portia we have so much time together. And I'm hearing, I got what you want, I got what you need, right? And Spirit just said, and what you want and need is within you. So stop giving your power away. Stop looking to outside sources to make it happen. Everything is within you. When will you realize that? Spirit just said, Portia, what's really bothering you deep in your spirit? There's an indescribable pain, is what they're saying, and at times it feels dull. I've had a C-section, two C-sections, so the way it's coming through is like how it feels when my stomach itches underneath, and it's like I can't feel it, I can't get to it, I can't scratch it, right? That's how it's coming through with this pain. It's like it's like this pain that's there, but it's dull, but it's still there, and even though it doesn't feel significant, it is significantly blocking you from moving forward. You do deserve blessings, and you have a lot of blessings waiting in the wings for you, but it's about you. I'm hearing moving the obstacles, and what they're showing me are like chess pieces, right? Moving the obstacles out of your way, right? Not dancing with them and being friends. And literally what I'm seeing is like these huge chess pieces and you taking it and like dancing around with it. Spirit is saying, no, that's not what you're here to do. You're here to remove them, kick them off the board. And now you have this whole world of limitless possibilities, limitless opportunities available to you. I'm hearing, and it's not desk work. Desk work is not what you're meant to do. You're not going to enjoy it. There's going to be no love there. You're going to be dreading it, even though it may offer a lot financially. That's not it. So have faith, have trust, and wait for what is for you. I'm hearing it's your choice, but if you wait, you will be pleasantly surprised, extremely happy. This period is almost over. It's time to heal. It's time to get past the past, and it's time to allow yourself to receive. You don't have to do it all yourself. And that's coming through as in the spirit world and the physical world. You don't have to be the one always being the one doing, fixing, healing, saving. It's your turn now. Okay. I just asked, was there anything else? Spirit said, pull one more card from the bottom of this deck. So this one came in reverse. Let's see why. It says sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. It's your third eye. So, when we talked about that strategizing, right? And how before, when during the general reading for everyone, there was a part of the message where it was coming through, when we are creating, allowing spirit to guide us. But basically what your message is with this card is spirit is letting you know it's time for you to build that divine sense of sight, right? And not necessarily seeing, but just sight, where you have that ability to receive guidance from spirit, and you have that ability to know that spirit is guiding you towards your destiny, right? Because right now there's still some faith that's lacking, but again, as I say, that is coming through as not feeling worthy, and spirit is saying that there's some healing there. You are worthy. You are worthy. There's some healing to do to get to that point of knowing you're worthy and being able to trust. Because partially when you don't believe that spirit will show up for you is because you don't feel that you deserve good things, even if you say that out loud, but in your spirit, right? Spirit said it's rooted from childhood, but you deserve it. You're worthy. Anything else? Spirit is saying tell you don't be afraid of how you feel and don't be afraid to trust yourself. Well, okay. You know what they actually told me to tell you don't be afraid of how you feel and don't be afraid to express yourself. So when trust yourself came out of my mouth, they said that too. It's just that I didn't hear it first. So yeah, I'm just being told, tell you deserve all that you desire, Portia. You really do. You really do. I'm hearing a job well done. You've done good deeds, but now it's time to pour into you. Okay. So that is your message. Thank you for allowing me to serve you and let me know how it resonates. Let me know. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Alexandra said, I'm going into work. Blessings and healing light for Rachel's father. Thank you. Enjoy your time at work. Portia said, OMG. Yes. Yes. So yeah. So that's the message that came through for you. Oh, there's more messages that I missed a whole lot of. Oh wait, or did I? Oh, there was a whole lot that I missed. Um, Sharon said, what did I say, Sharon? Because I read yours too. Stephanie said, um, I was on Facebook. Sharon said, yes, I don't do the street clothes. Um, I am well, thank you. Okay, these are really old messages. Um, it shot me all the way up to the thread. Those of you that are still hanging with us on TikTok, I'm glad you're here. If you'd like a mini reading, go ahead and join us over on YouTube. The link's in the bio of my profile, or you can just search AshworthScott Life Sculpting or Nahkila Asha, and you'll find us. You are so welcome, Portia. So welcome. I'm so grateful that you receive it all. Yeah, and you got this. You got this. I'm gonna check to see if anyone else sent over their payment for a reading. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's gonna knock me off, but let's see. Did it knock me off? Nope, I'm still there. So yeah. Now I'm gonna pull another card for us as a collective. If you'd like a reading, let me know because we are actually at the end of Empower Hour. So if you guys would like a reading and you let me know, I'll stay on. But if you are not, if you don't let me know before you send the payment, then I'll be logging off after this message is delivered. Okay. Spirit, what do you have for us as a collective? What do you have for us as a collective? Also, Portia, what I'm being told to tell you is to stop allowing people to use you. Okay, so now I'm disconnecting from Portia's energy, Spirit. I'm connecting to the collective's energy. So what message do you have for us? Are there? No. Take the one on top. You guys, I was telling you about that other card that came up in that reading that had the twins on it. This says your purpose is personal expansion. How can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? So this is for us as a collective, you guys. So listen, Spirit is pushing this purpose, right? We've been getting this message for a few years about getting into our purpose, getting into our calling. So what I'm being told to tell you though is, as I'm saying, the Spirit is saying it's so much deeper than just serving others, right? Your purpose is also serving you. It's increasing your happiness, right? It's increasing your frequency. It's increasing the quality of your life, right? Spirit is really pushing the energy of disconnecting from the collective brainwashing, right? We have been born plugged in to the same source, right? From the moment the extension cord, y'all, I looked over and there's an extension cord, the umbilical cord. From the moment the umbilical cord was cut, right? We were plugged in to the same source in this 3D realm. And that source, just like the umbilical cord was feeding us while we were in the womb, this source is feeding us all these things that disconnect us from our divinity, right? So Spirit is saying it's deeper than just serving. Like, yes, we have a purpose. We come here, whether your purpose is cooking, singing, dancing, life coaching, ministering, whatever it is, acting, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Your purpose has a value. It's extremely valuable and only you can do it. But Spirit is saying beyond that, it's meant to allow you to enjoy life. When you're living your purpose, serving no longer feels like work. What you're doing doesn't feel like work. It feels like joy. It feels like freedom. It feels like peace. It creates balance, right? So Spirit is saying, oftentimes we hear find your purpose, live your purpose, share your purpose. And yes, it is to assist with the collective shift of the collective's consciousness. However, it's also meant for you. And Spirit said that's a message that we don't often take away when we're hearing find your purpose. What is your purpose, right? And Spirit would like you to understand. See how we have these dual, the twins here? What Spirit is saying is as above, so below. When you serve others, you're serving self. When you serve self, you serve others, right? It's again that mirror effect. Hi, how are you? Thank you for being here. Spirit is again saying, get out of your way. Get out of your way. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. Nope, that is it. So, you guys, you know what? Today's Empower Hour is actually really short. Last time we were on for 7 hours. The readings went on. We had a great time, and today I enjoyed you as well. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. I'm going to do one more check to make sure no one sent a payment, and then I log off um and don't do your reading. So let's see. I'm not seeing one. So yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I just was told to tell you don't be afraid to expand. Don't be afraid to expand, right? You'd be surprised. Some people are afraid of expansion because when you're healing and your significant other or your family or friends are not, then there's a disconnect between you. So that fear of being so healed that you no longer vibe with those that you were vibing with right now will put up a block, right? That stops you from being consistent on your journey. But whenever something occurs where something is transitioning out of your life, it will be replaced, not with better, just with what serves your highest good in that moment. So you're never losing anything, right? You're never losing anything. So we're just saying, don't be afraid of expansion. Trust that Spirit has all bases covered, right? All bases covered. That's like for me, I'm in a period in my life where I am ready to have a significant other, right? I am ready to have a partner that was designed for me. But it took me going through that whole journey with my twin flame, and it took me healing things from love, right? That when I went on my conscious journey of awakening, the things that I was dealing with every day, those things they were able to be healed quickly. My battery's at 22%, you guys, 22, and it's at 22%. And the time on my phone is a couple of minutes fast. It's 6:43, which is 6:07, which is letting us know everything is in divine order, right? But anyways, when it came to that felt like it took forever, right, for me to heal from. I wasn't ready, even though I thought I was. I had the desire to be, right? And then I got to the point I was like, you know what? If it's not happening, it's because I have more lessons to learn. So that allowed me to relax in the now. It allowed me to relax with where I was and to ask that question of Spirit, what is this teaching me? What is it that I'm still not grasping that's preventing me from having this that I desire, right? What is it? You know? And once I was able to let go and fully surrender, part of it for me was fear. I was holding on to a connection from years ago that was beautiful years ago that wasn't the same anymore. But part of me was afraid that I would never feel that again or experience that again. So I was attempting to make it happen in a situation that was just meant to teach me lessons, right? It was meant to teach me lessons. It wasn't meant to recreate what we once had. And once I was able to surrender to that, that's when I became ready, you know? And it also took me being able to be comfortable with just me, happy and content, doing all the things that I would do with a partner, right? So I'm being led to share this with you because Spirit is saying that surrender, we're being called to surrender in all areas of our lives, right? All areas. Any place where there's something that is not occurring for you the way you desire it to, Spirit is saying, surrender, right? Surrender, surrender, surrender to peace, right? So, yeah, yeah. Well, have a beautiful rest of your evening. You know what? 6:43 now on the computer. Okay, before we go, you guys, we're gonna look this up because now my cell phone says 6:45, and then the time says 6:43. It just changed to 6:44. So let's look this one up together, and then after that, if no one else has signed up for a reading, we're gonna get off of here. You know what? I didn't believe I was gonna be able to call my niece tonight. My 3-year-old niece. I have two nieces, a 12-year-old, well, three actually. I have a 12-year-old niece. I have a bonus niece who is about to be 18 next month. And then I have a 3-year-old niece. And last night, my 3-year-old niece and I were going to FaceTime, but it didn't happen. And I was like, well, I have Empower Hour and it usually goes long. And now look, I'm going to be able to FaceTime. So, anyways, it says number 643 is a combination of the attributes and energies of number 6 and 4. The vibrations of number 3, number 6, the vibrations of number 3. Number 6 resonates with love of home and family and domesticity, service to others, and selflessness, responsibility and reliability, providing for the self and others. Number 6 also relates to personal willpower, independence, initiative, and action, overcoming obstacles, problem solving, and solution finding. Number 4 relates to working steadily towards goals and aspirations, practicing. That is not what I said, but we're going to get into why Spirit said practicing. Practicality and patience, system and order, self initiation, building solid foundations, enthusiasm coupled with determination. Number 4 also resonates with the energies of the archangels. Number 3 relates to optimism and enthusiasm, communication and self expression, inspiration and creativity, optimism and joy, talent and skills, manifesting expansion and growth. Number 3 also relates to the ascended masters. Angel number 643 is a message from the angels, ascended masters, and archangels that they have heard your prayers and are with you, supporting, guiding, and assisting you whenever you ask. They ask you to maintain faith and belief in the infinite abundance of the universe and trust that your material, they said needs, but what you desire and require material will be provided for throughout your life. The great work you have done in the past has paved the way for abundance today and tomorrow. Give any fears or worries to the angels for transmutation and healing, and trust that benevolence of the universe. Angel number 643 tells you that the diligence and determination you have shown in regards to providing for your family's desires and requires, they said wants and needs, but we cancel deleting that, has manifested in you, attracting your well-earned rewards and your goals and desires coming to fruition. The work and effort you have put towards serving your life purpose has been acknowledged by the angels and universal energies. So be open to receiving and accepting your good, and know that you are being assisted and guided by the angels. Listen to your intuition as you are receiving directions as to the next steps to take. Release any fears, any feelings or fears of loss or lack, and trust that the material issues will be sorted for your highest good and you will have what's required when you require it. Focus upon your life's purpose, which involves bringing joy, love, and peace to your own life and to the lives of others. Utilizing your personal will allows the passion, enthusiasm, and joy that is inside you to be expressed in the way you have chosen to fulfill your soul mission. I can't make it up. Isn't that what Spirit just said? Keep a positive and optimistic attitude and outlook, and be grateful and appreciative for all that you have and all you are yet to receive. Angel number 643 tells you that your excellent work has manifested a continued supply of abundance into your life. Give any fears or concerns to the heavens and have faith that the angels, archangels, and ascended masters are working behind the scenes to ensure that you will always have enough to sustain you, and any obstacle will be easily overcome. Everything you require comes to you in the perfect time, space, and sequence. Establish balance in all areas of your life and use your unique creative energies in positive and productive ways. Listen, I can't make it up. I can't make it up. So Spirit just basically wrapped up everything in this whole Empower Hour in that one little number. Let's see what you're saying. Lacey Dawn says 444 for me. Now it's 648 on my computer and 650 on my phone. So yes, so that's our message, you guys. And in closing, before I leave, I'd like to let you know I am currently accepting applications for the Activating You mentorship and We have an upcoming mini retreat and an upcoming all-inclusive retreat. So if you are interested in any of those things, click the link in the description of any one of these videos on YouTube, in the bio, on TikTok, and schedule your consultation, okay? And there's different mentorship levels, so there's an opportunity for you and I to work together, okay? So let's see. Uh Zara said, is this general reading or paid reading? Well, we already got done with the free reading for the collective, and we're now in the mini reading section for individuals. So if you'd like a mini reading, they're $25 for the mini reading. And you can ask one question or you can ask for a general. And let me know if you like one, because I will wait on to do that for you. And I'm going to put the Cash app right here in the chat. Okay. And while I'm doing that, while I'm waiting for you to let me know if you like a reading, I'll pull one more card for us. I just heard none of those. And you guys, you know, when the cards fall, I usually pick them up. So it's not because I'm not, you know, there's another card with like, okay, I heard none of those, but pick those right here. What you gonna do? Drop them all and just leave the one that it is? I mean, you could, that'd be fine, but we've never dropped this many cards. Take that one. Okay. So this is for us as a collective. Am I taking that one too? This one? Okay. Which one, top or bottom? Okay. I didn't realize it was two. So this came in reverse. And it says, gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for? Okay, I'm being told to read this one too before I go into this. This came in reverse also. But this one is number 22. So if you aren't planning on doing anything special with you in spirit for this frequency of 2222 and this new moon, and guided to do so. It says, this is not your practice, life, decide. And it says, what is your inner voice telling you about the dream in your heart? Okay, so basically, what I'm being told to tell you, right? With that gratitude card, Spirit is saying to tell you to be grateful for all that is you, right? Oftentimes we beat ourselves up. Oftentimes, and this is a general, this isn't your reading, Zaira. Let me know if I'm saying it correctly. This is a general. So send your payment to Cash App, and then your reading will be next. But Spirit is saying oftentimes we spend a lot of time beating ourselves up, right? We spend a lot of time chasing that next big thing, so we don't give ourselves the credit that's due for a job well done. You know, even on the healing journey, so often people are so into the destination without realizing there is no destination. It's this never ending story, this beautiful journey of evolution, right? Of growth and expansion and elevating, ascending, right? So what Spirit is telling us is, number one, start to show more gratitude for you, because in that gratitude for self, it allows things to be more clear, right? It allows things to be more clear. I spent many years hating myself, right? My appearance, always feeling like I wasn't doing good enough, always attempting to do more. And I was so caught up in that version of the noise, the chaos, that it was blocking my connection with my own inner divinity, right? Right. So now, when my belly is a little pokey, I'll be rubbing it. I'll be like, you know what? It actually feels good. It feels comforting. And I love it. And I tell it it's beautiful, right? So Spirit is saying, praise yourself more. Be grateful for everything that you are, because you are a unique expression of the divine. All of us are reflections of the divine, but you are a unique reflection of the divine, right? And without you, it's incomplete. So Spirit is like, why are you beating you up? Or why aren't you loving yourself in that way that allows peace in? Why are you, I'm hearing, detaching yourself from peace, right? Through your own will, through your own actions, at your own hand, right? Spirit just said it's also time for you to understand that you aren't alone, right? And when that comes through, Spirit said the universe is always listening, and always right there ready to give you what you're asking for. So here's the thing. Spirit would like you to understand, it's not that your manifesting power is non-existent. It's not that you're not manifesting. It's that you're manifesting more of the same because you're doing the same thing you've always done. Even though you may elevate a little bit, you're not reaching that point that your soul is craving, that point that your soul knows that you deserve and that you're capable of, because you're still operating within the same operating system, right? So it's time for you to totally shed. It's time for you to totally release. It's time for you to just become clear, clean, and open, right? So that you can receive the peace. The peace. I just asked, was there anything else? Spirit said, no, that's it. And in the famous words of Anitra, life is not a dress rehearsal. Life is not a dress rehearsal. It is not. It is not. So yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it Zyra or is it Zara or something else? If you can spell it phonetically, um, let me know because I like to make sure I'm saying your name right. And you said general. Oh, no, you didn't say general. Would you like a general reading or do you have a question? Do you have a general reading or would you like a question? Now I'm hearing Michael singing, "You are not alone." You guys, you know what? There's a community section. How did I say Zara, Zyra, Zara? Okay, general it is. You guys, you know how a lot of times when we have our time together, song, spirit will communicate messages through song. So Alatha, who I don't believe is on today, but Alatha actually created the playlist because she would always mention the playlist. A lot of the family members would be like, how I just came back at 5:55 and now it's 6:56 over here. Um, but yeah, so she created a playlist from last month's Empower Hour, and I shared it in the community section. The community section is like where you can put posts or whatever. So if you go on the YouTube, my YouTube channel, go to the community section and just scroll until you see it. She created a playlist from our last Empower Hour. I was like, I'd bump it. Would you? Okay. General reading. Okay, Spirit, what would you like to share with Zara? I was just told to tell you to stop waiting on other people and do your thing. They said do your thing. You can't hold anybody up. You're being called to build your own foundation. Build your own foundation. Even though some people would rather stay where they are, that's not where your heart is at. So don't allow your love for them to keep you stagnant. Also, I'm being told to tell you to stop listening to the advice of people who I'm hearing have not been there and who aren't dreaming bigger. You know, some people are content. And those that are content, let them stay right there, content. You don't have to worry about being alone. It's not going to happen. Because even right now, you still feel lonely, right? You still feel lonely because you're not surrounded by the community. I'm hearing that your soul is ready for and that your soul has advanced to. I'm hearing you're a grower, right? That's what you do. You go through things, you pick yourself up, pull up your big girl panties, and you keep it moving. Now, what I'm being told to tell you, even with that though, there are some things that you're being called to heal because although you kept it moving, you've still been holding on to some pain. And now it came to me the practice, right? Practice came through in that message for the collective, the last message, right? And so Spirit just brought practice up. I'm hearing stop practicing playing small. It's Spirit to say almost like you're training yourself to be something that you're not. Dimming your light is becoming a part of your personality, although it's not truly who you are. So Spirit is saying, stop dimming your light, allow your light to shine and let the world get all that work. Let them get every bit of you. I'm being told to tell you also have time to figure it out. So don't rush. Don't rush. You have time to figure it out. You know, this thing that keeps going back and forth in your mind and you've been racking your brain, Spirit just saying, let it go. Just be in stillness for a while and it'll come to you. You'll know what to do and when. And when you know what to do, that's when it's meant for you to do it. You've accomplished a lot considering what you've been through. And your guides commend you for that. Your ancestors commend you for that. Being told sometimes even your parents can be toxic and you're being guided to reevaluate your relationship with your mother. I'm hearing your sisters and your friends. Your sister or sisters? Sister and your friends. I'm hearing like there's like this energy of you've gotten too big for your britches. I'm receiving that people are really jealous of you because you're beautiful and you've got it going on. Like that's how they describe it. You're beautiful and you got it going on. And here's the thing. Spirit is saying it's not your problem. It's not your problem to worry about, right? Which is why the dimming is happening. I'm just receiving that there was favoritism that was shown to others. You trigger something in your mom, right? Which is why the favoritism was shown, and it wasn't shown towards you, right? I'm just hearing you've always been looked at as the pretty one, the princess, right? It's almost like knocking you down to size is how it's coming through. It's coming through as a feeling like how sometimes some parents feel like, um, I'm hearing jealous of their children, but also it's like everyone acknowledges you as being beautiful, right? So instead of teaching you how to accept the compliments and still be morally sound and be a good person, right? Instead, the way that it was done was to tear you down, is how it's coming in. So, Spirit is saying that even though you move forward, you carry, I'm hearing this pain and this sadness from that treatment, but you don't let it. This is what you're being called to heal. You keep going, right? You allow yourself to move past it. You don't let it stop you. I'm hearing not into drugs and alcohol like some, right? Some people that you know have used that as a means to cope, but you do not, right? And Spirit is saying this is good, but Spirit is saying now it's time for you to heal those things that are buried because here's the thing. You're in a season of elevation. You're in a season of growth. And even though you've been on a constant upward incline, even when you feel like you aren't, Spirit is saying you are, it's time for you to release these things because it's going to stop you. It's going to stop you in your tracks when it all comes to the surface and hits you. So Spirit is saying it's better for you to deal with it now than to get to a point where your soul is like, okay, enough is enough, right? Because when you get to that point, the way that it comes through for you is going to be more, I'm hearing detrimental and painful. But if you make the choice to acknowledge that it's there and go ahead and heal it, it won't be as painful. I'm being told to pull a card for you. What do you have? Hi, good vibes, only 828. So you would send your $25 to me via Cashapp. If you like a general, you can send it and just put your name in the notes section of Cashapp when you send it. But if you'd like to ask a question, I would recommend you come over on YouTube with us and then put your question in the comments because the TikTok comments move too fast. Okay, so the Cashapp is in the bio. Click the link in my bio and it's there, okay? And the YouTube link is there too if you decide to join us here if you'd like to ask a question. Okay, what do you have, Spirit? So I'm going to pull a card. Tell me when to pull the card. And I'm pulling from the bottom. Okay, so you have the temple path. I was just told to tell you, don't allow others to pollute your temple. Don't allow others to pollute your temple, right? And what that means is with their this is how they're saying it, their negative energy, right? They're negative energy. And when that's coming through, Spirit is saying some people actually mean well, they just don't know any better. So it's not all rooted in jealousy and not meaning you well. Sometimes it's even rooted in not knowing any better. This is why Spirit is saying it's time for you to expand your circle of friends. It's time for you to expand your circle of influence, right? There's greater for you, and you're not meant to go on this journey alone. But if you are not giving yourself permission to expand in the friend department, also releasing that idea that people can't be trusted, that people are out to get you. And as they told me to say, as people are out to get you, it's not like there's a paranoid thing. It's just that you don't have much faith in people. But Spirit is saying, have faith in yourself, have faith in Spirit, that you deserve good things. And that includes relationships. And I'm being told pull from the bottom again. Hostilities, and again, and yin yang. Okay. So this is what shows up oftentimes in your life, the energies of others, and this is the life that you're choosing, right? So as long as you're allowing these types of people to be in your circle, this is going to be difficult, because it's almost like this battle. What I'm receiving is, it's like you do a good job, you accomplish things, but then there's this feeling of going home in your room and crying yourself to sleep. Now, I'm not saying that's what you actually do, but it's this feeling like from the outside looking in, it looks like you have it all together. It looks like life is so beautiful and so perfect, but people don't see your silent struggles, right? You don't share because you feel like they're not going to care anyway. They're going to use it against me, right? So Spirit is saying you deserve to be surrounded by people that match your frequency. And look at that number, 22. So tonight is a really good night to connect to yourself, connect with your soul, and to choose to release whatever connection you have to staying attached to toxic people. You deserve more. Is there anything else? I heard no, that's all. So that is your message. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. And I'm going to see if you were saying anything. Um, Hi, Christina Rose. Okay, so I will go ahead and look, and whichever payments I got first, like in the order, is the order the readings will happen. Syra, um, you, you said thank you so much. It resonated so much. I'm so glad. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. And yeah, you definitely deserve more based on what was coming through. You deserve more. So just allow yourself. Don't be afraid either. I'm being told to tell you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to start over, to start anew. Something that's coming through right now is that whole sentiment of there's comfort in our discomfort, right? So even though things don't feel good dealing with the people or the situations that you're dealing with, it's comfortable because you know what to expect, right? But when you branch out and you disconnect, there's going to be a period of feeling lonely, right? And that can be scary sometimes. But what Spirit would like you to know, just like I shared that story about what I had to go through when I was like, okay, I was focused on what I would have liked to have happened with my twin flame and I, as opposed to focusing on the surrender of the fact that maybe it's not meant to happen that way. Maybe it's there to teach me lessons, right? But when I could get in that space of stillness by myself, I was able to receive the blessings from the lessons. So that's how it's kind of coming through for you. Like during that time, there will be a period of just you, because it's important for you to be in your own energy, your own frequency, so that you can release what doesn't belong to you, right? Like the way of thinking, the negative narratives, all the things that have been programmed into you based on other people's projections, right? So that period, it's not meant to make you suffer. So don't look at it as being alone. Look at it as a time for you to connect with self and to connect with spirit, right? And then let Spirit know the types of people, the types of relationships you're choosing to have in your life, right? And then just move forward based on whatever you receive from Spirit and your soul, right? You'll know your soul is always prompting you and guiding you. It's just a matter of being open to listen. Okay. Oh, you are so welcome. So welcome. Zara said, I've been struggling with my relationship with my mother, and I knew it wasn't all in my head. I will expand my friend group. I know I must do it. Yeah. And it serves your highest good too. Cancel elite, I must do it, because when you say I must do it, unconsciously, it feels like pressure, right? But when you say I'm choosing to do it, or I know it serves my highest good to do it, it feels different. It feels lighter. So it sends a different frequency, right? And from that different frequency that's being sent, because it feels better, that vibration you send is higher. So the universe will conspire to give it to you, right? It just makes your manifesting power more potent. Oh, you're so welcome, Pat. Thank you. You're so welcome, Zara. And let me know if awesome, awesome. And so it is. I'm choosing to do it. And so it is. And one more thing, when you find yourself saying something in lack, just cancel, delete. Like cancel, delete, and then say it abundantly. So you're canceling and deleting that frequency you just sent to the universe. Because if you don't, now you're sending two, and now the universe confused, don't know what to give you, right? So yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna see who is next on the reading front. Okay, so Christina, you are next, and then Shamika Hames, because we have two Shamikas. So Shamika Hames. So Christina, let me see something. Okay, I'm gonna let me just see. Uh Shamika. Okay. All right. So Christina, do you have a question or would you like a general reading? I'm just gonna disconnect from Zyra. See, now I'm like, which way did I say it first? Zyra? Okay, Zyra is A. Zyra. Zyra is A. Zara is B. Which one is it? Zyra A. Zara B. Welcome. Thank you for joining us over on TikTok. We're in the reading section now. So Zyra. Okay. Awesome. Now I'm like, is that what I said A was? Awesome. Thank you. And Christina, I'm just waiting for you to let me know if you have a question or if you like a general. So now what I'm going to do is pick up these cards that fell. Look, let me go ahead and get up and do it because my butt's hanging out if I don't. You know what's so funny? The card that I just picked up, 4, 4, and then I just picked up one that had 3, 3. So you all that are on, you may feel led to look up both numbers, 44 and 33. I'm telling you, boy, this is what happens when you take a day off from yoga. I guess Spirit said, you gonna bend. You gonna bend. Okay. Christina Rose. The mini reading I have some payment. Yes. Thank you so much. But do you have a question or would you just like a general? So the general, I'll just give you what I received from Spirit, or you can ask a question. Because the readings are actually $25 per question, or you can just do a general for 25, where I'll just give you whatever Spirit gives me to give to you. So which one? Did you have a question or a general? I'm being told a general, but you let me know. Christina, as I'm connecting to your energy, I'm feeling heart chakra stuff that almost makes it kind of hard to breathe. Like my chest feels really tight. I'm still, I'm going to go ahead and do a general because that's what I'm feeling. Okay, so what's this all about, this heart chakra stuff? What's it all about? I'm being told to tell you to stop holding on to the past, particularly past relationships. It's actually starting to manifest in your physical body, right? Now, I'm not saying if you've been diagnosed with things medically that, it's not that, right? But what I am saying is that you have some physical ailments that are rooted in energy that you're holding on to. And and you've been stressing a lot. And Spirit is telling you, It's really important for you to make it your priority to stop stressing. It's important for you to make it your priority to relax more, right? Even just when you're sitting, just take those breaths like, and then just let everything go loose, right? I'm being told that you've been worrying about finances, but your time is coming. Your time is coming. And as I'm saying that, Spirit is having me share this message that I was given to share about divine timing, right? When we talk about divine timing, we think of it in terms of, like Spirit has this time frame where Spirit says, okay, now you're ready. Now you can have this or experience this. This is divine timing. But in reality, what divine timing is, it's rooted in when you are ready, right? When you decide you are ready. And that deciding is deeper than just deciding up here, I'm ready, right? It's about when you are blocked and you heal that block, right? Now you're ready to receive what was on the other side of that block. But it feels really stuffy in here, really stuffy in the heart chakra. I'm hearing you are a very powerful warrior goddess, very in touch and in tune with your divine energy. But the thing that Spirit is telling me to tell you is that it's time for you to create balance where you draw in your divine masculine energy when it's necessary. You've been operating from that single operating system more often than not. And then what happens is sometimes you blow up. It's very few and far between that it happens. But what I'm hearing is when it happens to others, but what I'm hearing is oftentimes it's a blow up on you, right? Like you blow up on yourself. Um, Now, I'm not receiving if you, okay, no. Okay, Spirit just said to skip past that because this is, we're doing this publicly and that's something that you may not like to have shared publicly. And it's not really, speaking it is not adding, right? It's not adding to the quality of your reading or the message. But what I am telling you is that Spirit would like you to get in the energy of loving yourself more and not harming yourself through blow ups, right? Um, I'm hearing the stress that you feel, it can be shifted. It can be shifted. That feeling of hopelessness, it can be shifted, right? But as we're talking, Spirit is saying it requires you to get in that place of stillness, right? Like literally just being transparent, being still, allow yourself to cry one of those deep, like let it out cries. I'm being told to tell you all the angels around you are rooting for you. Many of your ancestors that have transitioned, they show up as angels for you now. And the reason I say that is because oftentimes when loved ones transition, they become ancestors, right? But ancestors are different than angels. But your ancestors take on the role of angels. You also may see things in your peripheral. Spirit is telling me to tell you that those are your angels, showing up for you. They are there for you. You're also very intuitive. You're very intuitive. And sometimes your gifts, I'm hearing, disturb you and bother you, but it's just because you haven't yet fully learned how to control them, right? Now is your time to learn how to control them. Spirit is saying to stop worrying about the things that don't matter. Right now, you are all that matters, right? Spirit is saying for you to get your emotional health intact, your mental health intact, your spiritual health intact. And Spirit is saying you are a really awesome self is dying. You are a really awesome person, right? You're very much so ever. You're a teacher. So many things. You see those suitcases over there? We upgraded our storage and they're going to storage. So that's why they're sitting there, y'all. But let's see, how can I do this? If I do it like this, will you still be able to see me? Or does it make me upside down? I believe it does. Okay, bring it back. I apologize for the distraction. Well, you guys, I'm going to be upside down as long as you hear me. That's okay. Spirit is saying that oftentimes your energy is displaced. You put energy into those that aren't choosing to help themselves, right? And Spirit is telling you to give that to yourself. You pour your love into, I'm hearing the wrong channels, right? You pour your love into people who are wounded, right? Who are wounded emotionally. And Spirit is telling you it's time for you to stop putting your energy there. It's even coming through as wasting your energy. And the reason why it's a waste is because if they aren't willing, to heal themselves, and if they aren't willing to really do the work to shift their circumstances, right? I'm hearing current circumstances, then you are not their power source to come and just feel better temporarily. People are always coming to you with their hand like this, but it's not even so much about a materialistic open, like put materialistic things in my hand. It's energy. People drain your energy, right? And it's not intentional, right? It's not intentional. It's not like they're like, hey, I'm going to drain her energy, but it's just that your energy is so nurturing and loving that that's what they do. When you put up those boundaries, that's going to stop. People aren't going to like it at first because they're used to you just being available for them to come plug up and charge up. But in order for you to get out of I'm hearing the slump or the hole that you find yourself in, I'm hearing from time to time, it requires those clear and concise boundaries. Don't allow them to be crossed. But the way you do that is for you not to cross them. Now, here's what Spirit's saying. You do a lot of tomorrow I'm going to do this, right? And then tomorrow never comes. Spirit is saying, stop putting it off. Stop putting it off. Do it now. Do it now, right? Get healthy now, right? Show more self-love now. Connect with your inner child now. Draw those pictures now. Color, paint now. You know what I mean? That's what's coming through. Spirit's telling you to tap into your artistic side. It's therapeutic. It's peace for you, right? Your creative side is peace for you. Which one? That one or that one? Okay. I'm being told to pull a card for you. I said a card. And it's like, or however many cards come through. What is it with this deck and the floor? Now that I when I get new decks, I always cleanse my decks. I connect to their energy. I connect their energy with source energy, right? But when I'm shuffling, I'm not really connecting to their energy. I'm more just kind of connecting to spirit and saying my thing I say, which is highest light, guides, angels, and said, I call on highest light to make sure nothing else is coming in. I just don't say it out loud, right? But I was literally just connecting. And these cards, see, look, I almost dropped it. What I felt in these cards is that I was about to say, what is it about these cards and the floor? It's like they have a energy that's like jumping to the floor. So there's a message there. And the reason why, take that one, this one, the reason why it's coming through right now is because I'm meant to share that message with you. Something about this card that feels like you. And I don't know what you look like, but something about this card feels like your energy, but we're going to see. So what is it with the floor? Why is it coming through now, the floor? What message do you have for Christina Rose? Do I take both or just that one? Okay, so there's the one in my hand. Okay. Okay. This is beautiful. Okay, so look, there's a few things that are being pointed out right now. Okay, so first of all, look at this card. 29 is 11, which is 2. This card is number 3, right? But when I looked at this card, I'm going to show you too. When I looked at this card, though, Spirit is saying, this is where you are right now, and this is where you're being called to be, right? So what I'm feeling with this card is I'm hearing very earthbound, right? Not that earthbound is not a good thing, right? Not that it's not a good thing. The frequency of this card also feels very much the same. Look at the color scheme, everything from her hair, it's like her environment, right? Like she's become a part of her environment. Her environment has become a part of her, right? And then when you look over here, you have some elements of this one in the background. You can still see the pinks, you can see the oranges, right? But all of that, her environment, everything is behind her. And she's in the forefront, surrounded by light, filled with light, at peace. And this one looks more like a seeking, right? A seeking. Like it even gives me the feeling of exhaustion a little bit, right? And so Spirit is saying, Embrace this phase so you can move on to this phase, right? So that it becomes, what I'm hearing is so that it becomes where your past is able to be integrated into your present and your future in a way that propels you deeper into the light, right? Now, let's see what the cards actually say. It says, deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. How can you alchemize your fear? That's what that one says. And then this one says, how is in the now. What has your intuition been trying to tell you? Okay. And then also the thing that spirit was having me point out was the numbers, right? This one is 3. So we realized this one was 2, this one is 3. So divine order. So as you're receiving this message, right? Something that spirit is telling me to tell you to stop doing is being so hard on yourself, right? Just flow with it. Because look, even though this was described as a certain way in comparison to this, it's still beautiful. Look at that. It's still beautiful. It's different than this way of existing, but it's still beautiful. So what spirit is telling you is on your journey, different doesn't mean less than. And also you're receiving the message to find the beauty in every aspect of your journey, right? Because they're both beautiful. They're just different. That's all. They're just different. Is there anything else? Okay, I hear songs, but is there a message with those songs? Okay, so what they were doing was, you remember when I said earlier, "Ain't no sunshine till she's gone" was playing? Bring the other one back. I forgot it just that quick. They were combining 2 songs together and making up a whole nother song. And basically, the feeling of the 2 songs being combined, they were telling you, oh, thank you. It was put a little love in your life and ain't no sunshine when she's gone. But what they were saying was put a little sunshine in your life, right? But they were bringing it in where I could hear both songs playing, but they were switching it. So they were saying it's time for you to put a little sunshine in your life, right? Get out of the dark, go out into the light. And with that being said, they're telling me to tell you to go outside and ground. Go outside and ground. And what they're telling me to tell you, no matter what the weather is like, wherever the sun is, even if it's not very warm, to face the sun and just allow that sun's energy to penetrate your third eye, penetrate your heart chakra, penetrate your solar plexus and your sacral, and then bring all that sun's energy down where it just penetrates every one of your chakra. Or when I say penetrate, the first third eye, heart, solar plexus, sacral. It's like going in like this. But then with the rest, when I say all the rest, it feels like it's going from those sources, but then it's just like doing this and it's hitting every chakra, right? And then it's just going up and down, right? And as you're doing that, just feel the sun's energy expanding throughout your body, okay? And then just be deep breathing while you're doing it. But this time, instead of how we deep breathe at the beginning of Empower Hour, where we're slow and deep and then slow out, be slow going in, but then when you come out, blow it out with aggression, right? Release it. Okay. So that's your message. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Let's see what you were saying. Um, Christina Rose, this was your message I was just delivering. I see where you said, "Oh no, is my payment not showing up on Cash App?" No. And then you said, "Hello." No, that was your reading. That was your reading. Are you still on? Hi, Naya. Welcome back. Thank you, Lacey Dawn. Tanya said, so crazy how spirit is sending so many messages that resonate with me 100%. I am healing and elevating from past trauma. And yeah, that's why I always say I recommend you stay on, even if you're not getting a reading, because there'll be a lot that comes in that resonates with others. Christina Rose, are you still on? Let's see. Deasia said, how many people are on the list? I believe there's only 2. Ooh. Shamika's next, so there's only one more person ahead. There's only one more person ahead. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, because I am not receiving a response from Christina Rose. So we are 228 on my birthday, 228 in. So I was searching for like a way to timestamp it, so if Christina Rose isn't on, if she gets back on, she'll be able to easily find her reading. 7 minutes, about 7 minutes before 228. Christina Rose, are you there? Shamika, you're next. Are you still on? I'm disconnecting from Christina Rose's energy. Connecting to Shamika's energy. Shamika H, because we have two Shamikas. If you're still on, just take a few slow, deep breaths. Like 3 breaths. This is everybody, not Lacey Dawn, you sent a payment also. I didn't see yours. Did you send it to Cashapp or did you send it to PayPal? Let's see. Let me look again. Let's see. I realized that even when okay, so I see Portia, Zaira, Christina, and then Shamika. I'm not seeing anyone else. I'm gonna actually go to PayPal and take a look too. Because let's see. This is really weird, you guys. It's not showing me the individual person. Thank you for bearing with me. I appreciate you. Hmm. You know what, Shamika, I'm still waiting to hear from you, Shamika Hames. I'm like, is there something wonky going on with the electronics right now? Because you guys your comments aren't coming in. Um, all I feel like you guys are responding. My phone is loading. This is weird. Spirit said patience and flow. Patience and flow. Let me see. I'm going to go back on to those of you that are still riding with us. Naya said, is it the chat? Now I see your comment, Naya. Your comment came in. Will someone else leave a comment? Christina Rose, if you're still on, will you leave a comment? Shamika Hames, if you're on, will you leave a comment? Because you're next for a reading. And Lacey Dawn, I am not seeing a payment from you. I'm not saying that it wasn't sent. It could very well be the phone. See, can you see the phone is still loading? It's just the email is still loading. But then when I go to Cash App, it's not showing either. It says refresh failed. So let's Portia, you're still here. Awesome. It says refresh failed. So, you know what I am about to do? TikTok, I love you for joining. Thank you for allowing me to serve you today. I'm going to log off of TikTok so I can restart my phone. So if you'd like to join us, whether you like a reading or whether you like to just join in while we're doing the readings, click the link in my bio and then join us over on YouTube. The link to the YouTube is over there, is in the bio. So we'll still be on doing readings. Okay, I'm going to restart my phone. So thank you so much. I'm sending you peace, love, bliss, and abundance. Talk to you soon. This is my first live, y'all. Y'all bust my live cherry. Oh, goodness. Okay, now let's see. How do I stop going live? Pause live. Pause. Okay. So now I'm going to restart my phone, you guys. So thank you for bearing with me so that I can get it to where everything is coming in. So let's just breathe for a second, because spirit is just giving me this whole let's breathe. Okay, now I'm being told to pull a card for everyone while we wait for this whole thing to process. So it's really weird because I'm not receiving a comment from Shamika. I'm not even receiving anything from Christina Rose. Shamika paid for her reading. Shamika Rose, I delivered your reading, but you said hello. So at any point, did you guys lose connection with me? Were you not able to see me or hear me? Who all is on? Leave me a comment letting me know who you are. Those of you that are on, let me know. I'm just making sure everything is working. Okay, so look, while I'm waiting, we got adjacent possibilities. Okay, Shamika H, you're here. Awesome. So please let me know if you would like a general reading where I just give you whatever spirit gives me to give to you, or hi Mimi. Hi. Or if you would like a to ask a question, let me know. After I deliver this message to the collective, I'll do your reading. Okay. And then Deasia, if you're gonna get a reading, go ahead and send your payment, because after Shamika, Lacey 737 on my phone. Lacey and then you. Oh, thank you, Naya. Naya said, I'm happy you're on TikTok. I think you'll be a huge asset on there. You'll blow their minds. Thank you so much. Thank you. I actually really enjoy TikTok. So yeah. So this message, what spirit is saying is, when you have your heart set or your mindset on doing things one way, a specific way, you are literally disconnecting yourself from all the possibilities available to you. So spirit is keeping in that energy of when our manifestations are not happening, right? Remember when in the beginning of the message for all of us, spirit said it's now your responsibility. So spirit is saying it's not because it's not working. Spirit is really pinpointing the areas of things that you can be doing where there's areas of opportunity to grow, right? So oftentimes we'll have our mindset, we've been taught that this is how you gain success. This is what happiness looks like, right? This is whatever it is. And then we'll be so laser focused because we've been taught that being focused, right, on these things is good, right? And so now we're so in the zone of being focused, one track mind, that we're closing off all of these opportunities that spirit has placed before us to live the life we desire and deserve, right? Because oftentimes what we're focused on, that door will close and then we're there like, now what? Now what? And all these doors and windows and even the roof is blown off. There's all kinds of ways for us to go through and experience what serves our highest good, but we're so focused on that one avenue that we can't see the gifts that are placed in our path, the blessings, the openings. So spirit is saying, don't be so caught up on being so focused that you miss these opportunities. Now, as I'm saying that, spirit is also saying now is the time for you to start evaluating how much of what you've chosen to do and experience in your life is yours, and how much of it was I'm hearing implanted in you, imprinted in you, and also given to you. And also how much of what you're doing currently in your life is still aligned with who you are, because may have made choices back in the day, even if back in the day was yesterday. And then today, it no longer resonates, but you're still so laser focused because of all the time you put into it, right? All the money you've put into it. Money's just an energy. I'm going to bust your bubble. It's just an energy. It's an infinite supply. That don't really matter how much money you put into something if it don't serve you, right? So Spirit is just saying it's time for you to really just open your eyes to self and look at your path. Go through it with a fine-tooth comb, not with judgment, but just awareness, choosing to be aware, right? Because you know how they say, now you know, and knowing is half the battle, right? When you're aware, it really is half the battle. When you're aware, you're now able to begin to heal, to release, to reject what doesn't serve you, okay? So that was the message for us as a collective. Oh, CJ and I have the same birthday. And you know, my second ex-husband's name is CJ. So it's so funny. Okay, now I'm gonna check again. And then Shamika, I'm gonna get into your reading. Okay, general. Awesome. Okay, so now I see Lacey, your payment. I see it. So Deasia, you'll be after Lacey as long as I get your payment before anyone else sends it. So okay. So now I am connecting to Shamika's energy. Hmm. You know what? That song Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. It always pops up and it was in the background. But then what came after that was Kirk Franklin's song Smile as I'm connecting to your energy. Just smile. That song. Spirit says smile often. It's not that serious. This too shall pass. Release the pain of a broken heart. And it's not coming from like a love life. It's coming from more like disappointment, people letting you down. Huh. I just heard you have got to choose if you're going to experience this alone or if you're going to allow spirit to guide you through it. Because you've been resisting the change, you've been fighting the change. Because in your mind, you feel it's more painful than what you're experiencing now, but it's not. Just have faith. You really do deserve this. And I'm hearing that song, This Little Light of Mine, but then I'm also hearing like a lump on the log. And that song, Five Little Speckled Frogs Sitting on a Speckled Log, eating the most delicious bugs, yum, yum. But what all of that is telling me is your inner child is crying out for help. Your inner child would like to be acknowledged. Your childhood has caused you to disconnect from your inner child, but you cannot get past this phase in your life until you reconnect with your inner child. There are some things that you two must do together as it relates to your healing and your growth. I'm also being told to tell you that you're also being called to remember that time is just a fragment in life. And what Spirit is saying to say all that is you are eternal. Stop putting a time frame on the things that you feel you have to accomplish because you're just going to come here until you do accomplish all that you agreed to do. And the only thing stress and worry is doing is blocking you from getting past what's happening now. I heard popcorn and soda and candy and bubble gum and ice cream. Okay, so your inner child would like to do some fun things. Go see a movie your inner child would love. Treat your inner child to some candy and some ice cream. Blow big bubbles, but with the gum. But then I also saw like blow bubbles like that. This is a question I'm being told to ask you, but this is more for you to journal on, like to meditate on and journal on. But what I'm being told to ask you is what happened to your inner child that caused you to disconnect from her? I'm hearing there's something that's too painful to face, or at least that's how you feel, but it's not. You got to feel it to heal it. Release self judgment, release fault and blame. I'm hearing picnic basket. What's that all about? Picnics were some of the happiest times. Take yourself on a picnic. What? Wait. Okay, I'm gonna say it because that's what is coming through. Spirit says stop eating so much raw food. They like you to start being mindful of what you eat. Start eating foods that feed your chakras, but also stop being so strict on what you eat. Allow yourself to just intuitively eat. Eat what you feel in moderation. Go dancing. Even if you dance in your room, in your living room, just dance more. Increase your joy. Even when you don't feel joyous or happy, do things that vibrate at the frequency of joy and happiness. Your peace is your priority, so don't let anyone steal that from you. Stop giving the keys to your place to people that don't deserve it. And that's coming through as literal and figuratively. Stop giving people the keys to your place, the keys to your palace. Okay, that's not my business. So I'm gonna say what they first they said when they said stop giving people the keys to your palace. Said enclose your legs, and then I heard Nene say enclose your legs to marry men. Now I'm not gonna ask if that's literal or not. I'm not judging. I don't care. But they just say enclose your legs. And as I'm saying that, what they're telling me to tell you, they're saying it like a joke, right? But they mean stop creating soul ties, right? Because in addition to what you're already carrying, you're also carrying soul ties. So it's time for you to like go down the line of people that you've had relations with that have hurt you, right? Or even past partners that you've been with that maybe it didn't feel like it was a traumatic form of hurt, but if you're not together, there were moments where there was hurt. You can stump your toe and there's pain that gets left. So calling the fragmented pieces of your soul home, but then also disconnect from any soul ties or any soul contracts that you've created with other souls that no longer serve your highest good to be connected to, right? They say, yeah, we were just getting that message out in a joking way. But they said again, but close your legs, be selective. They said, be celibate. Cotton candy. Your inner child is okay. I'm going to focus on your inner child. What would you like to say? Because you're just dropping these little hints. Cotton candy. Like, what would you like to say? You have the floor. Your inner child just like to say that I'm hungry and I would like to play more. I don't like it when she ignores me. And I don't like it when she makes me do things I don't like to do. It would be fair if she let me pick sometimes and if I got to decide what we eat for dinner, what we have for dessert, even having dessert, what we watch on TV. It's all about her, her, her. And I'm sick of it. So thank you for listening to me. And your inner child said, and tell her I do love her and I do appreciate her. And don't be sad anymore. We are strong. She is strong. I am strong. So as I'm receiving this message from your inner child, I feel emotional. Like I could feel the tears starting to well in my eyes. And um, the reason being is because it's time for your inner child to be able to be a child. What that's letting me know is that you spent a lot of time as a child wearing adult shoes, right? Growing up fast. And so even with your inner child coming through energetically, it's still carrying that weight of being strong and even adulting you, so to speak. You know what I mean? Through the message. So this is why I'm being told to tell you to connect with your inner child more, because what spirit is saying is it's time for your inner child to have that time and space to just be a child, you know? And as I'm saying that, it reminds me of, my second ex had said to me one time, why do you play so much? And I was like, why did Michael Jackson build Neverland? You know, I didn't have much of a childhood. When six came around and my mother married my brother's dad, childhood was done, you know? So now that I'm an adult, I allow my inner child, we're merged and we have inner child type fun. It's a part of my life now. You know what I mean? So that's how it's coming through. Spirit was saying, share that with you because you're being guided to integrate with your inner child and just enjoy those things that you didn't get to enjoy as a child, right? Pull a card from this deck is what I'm being told. Speak your truth also. And you are being told to focus on healing your heart. The sadness, financial constraints. What I'm being told is this is not your reality. Do not claim it. Okay, they just say you are a wealthy mindseted person. You are in the frequency of wealth. And when they say that, what they're telling me, like there's some things that some of us are just naturally great at, right? It's a part of who we are, that whole uniqueness, right? Where we can all do all things, but some of us, we have particular things we're extremely good at. So for you, it's money, right? It's money. So if you are not, I heard if you're struggling or if you are not receiving the money that you would like to receive, it's about you reconnecting to yourself because naturally you are a very abundant being. We all are, but it's like that boost for you, right? This is that thing where some of us is greater than others in certain areas. We each have a thing where it's greater for us than others. This is yours, the wealth, right? So what spirit is saying is creating a wealth mindset, releasing the things that block you from knowing who you are and knowing what you're capable of, and also surrendering to spirit, right? Surrendering to spirit so spirit can guide you there, right? It's time. It's time because you're really great at creating wealth. You can help everybody else with money making ideas, but when it comes to you, you sometimes freeze, you get stuck. You really don't know which way to go. Spirit is saying, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So it's time for you to start telling a different story. It's time for you to start existing in a different frequency so you can get back to your true and divine self, okay? And that is your message. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. Let's see what you're saying. Um, Thank you so much, Tanya. Thank you. Lacey said it actually did the last time and then it came through. Tanya says Shamika was the next one after the other three. It looks like not sure if all of their payments came through and you're in. I'm just reading the thread. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I believe what was happening for a minute, we were just totally disconnected. Oh, Shamika said I cried the whole time. Thank you so much. You are so welcome. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you got this. You got this. And Christina Rose, your reading was delivered already. So we had been on for 2 hours and 28 minutes when I was at the end of your reading. So go forward, when you watch the replay, if you didn't receive it, go forward about 7 minutes and see, if your reading starts there. But your reading was delivered. Something was going on with the comments. So when you said hello, you were probably commenting and I wasn't seeing it, but your reading was delivered. Okay. So I am now disconnecting from Shamika's energy and I am now connecting to. Yes. So, Christina, I already delivered your reading. Your reading was already delivered. So it's on here already. So, like I said, when I realized that you didn't realize your reading was being delivered, I looked at the time. We had been on for 2 hours and 28 minutes. So if you go about 7 minutes before the 2 hour, 28 minute mark, your reading has already been delivered. Okay. So, and you'll have to do that on the replay because right now we're still live. You'll have to do that on the replay, but it was already delivered. Okay. So Lacey Dawn, and you said a general, Lacey? Let me just check to see. Asia, are you still on? Or are you planning to get a reading? Let's see. So I delivered yours, Portia. Uh, okay. So Lacey Dawn, as of right now, you are the last one to send your payment. Christina Rose, will you please leave a comment to let me know that you're receiving this, that your reading was already done? There was some wonky stuff happening with the internet, and at one point I couldn't see you guys' comments. I have no idea what was happening on your end as it relates to you seeing me, but your reading was already delivered. Email wasn't loading, but yeah, I gave you a general, and then I even pulled cards for you. Oh, Sharon said there's still a delay in the chat. Okay. Thank you, Sharon. We got a whole lot of high vibe energy, y'all, between us. It's messing up the internet, the email. When you have a lot of high vibe energy, it can do that. One of my mentors, she is my Reiki master, and she cannot touch electronics because it throws everything off. It makes it all wonky and stuff. So okay, so Lacey Dawn, what message do you have for Lacey Dawn? Okay, Lacey Dawn, Spirit just said, ask you, when are you going to get out of your own way? You're right there. Like you're right there. Spirit is saying, just go ahead and kick that door down and just walk through it. Like it's just habit at this point, holding yourself back, playing small, not getting what you're worth. You know, it's like Spirit is like, you're right there. This is 222. It's a new day. It's all about you. Spirit is saying it's not even really who you are anymore. It's just a habit. You are being called to take more care. I'm hearing care and concern with your spiritual health, right? Spirit would like you to focus more on those gifts that you possess because they often get overlooked. You know, you focus on your other gifts, like your more 3D gifts, right? And those gifts are great, but Spirit is encouraging you to focus on your spiritual gifts because through those gifts, your 3D gifts are going to improve too. It really is about ease and grace, and that's not reserved for everyone other than you. You're at a point now where you deserve to be at ease. Spirit would like you to also determine how you'd like to live, right? And there is a component of dreaming small that Spirit would like you to release to start dreaming big, you know? And I'm hearing that Beyonce song, Bigger. You're part of something way bigger, you know? That song is playing as a message for you. Listen to that song when we get done here. And also, I'm being told to tell you when things get hot, it's not an indication to give up, right? Spirit would like you to keep going no matter what, stay the course. It's coming through that sometimes you will have an idea and you'll be motivated. And then when you see what it takes, Spirit is saying you give up, but it's not like you process it as giving up. You get distracted and you just move on to other things. And sometimes you chalk it up as, oh, it wasn't meant to be. But Spirit is saying that's not true. You've let a lot of things that serve your highest good pass you by because of that pattern. But Spirit is saying, you know, it's not rooted in laziness. It's not rooted in any of those low vibrating things that self judgment would say it is. It's rooted in fear and not knowing your worth, right? It's so much easier to just not do something or to give up before you get started than the potential of failing, right? But the message came through earlier that we don't fail. We don't fail. We learn, we grow, we expand, right? Also, it's time for you to smudge your home and smudge yourself. And Spirit would like you to start protecting every day and meditating every single day. Don't let a day go by, even if it's just 5 minutes. And all it is just deep breathing, slow and deep. That's it. You know, slow and deep. And just If something comes to your mind, just acknowledge it and watch it fly by, right? Just keep breathing, at least 5 minutes. Spirit just says, stop putting people before you. You're still putting people before you. You come first. That's okay. It's not selfish. And they just said, Lacey Dawn, we are proud of you. But we're giving you the answers to the things that have been holding you back because you've been attempting to figure out. And they also said, in your words, trying to figure out what to do to elevate, right? And they're putting emphasis on finances, right? But they're saying it's wrapped in. It's all wrapped into one. So they're saying they are proud of you because you have made improvements. They acknowledge it. They see it. But this is the answer to what you've been asking. Fly by night. What does that mean? They just said fly by night, but it doesn't feel like what it normally means. So I'm asking them, what do they mean by that? What's the message? Fly by night. They said stop living your life in a fly by night way, operating your life in a fly by night way. They'd like you to build some solid roots, right? Build a foundation. And you'll be able to do that when you stop playing small and you see your worth, your value, and your divinity. They just said lonely nights aren't so lonely anymore. Open your heart and your mind. Your mind has a big block, right? They like you to focus on your mindset. On your mindset, a lot of stinking thinking as it relates to your own self-talk, that narrative that plays in your head. And they're saying it's time to stop that because it's not you. And it's part of you that knows that it's not you, but yet out of habit, it still happens, right? Spirit is saying to build more discipline as it relates to yourself, your personal spiritual life, right? Your personal spiritual life, not your personal life and spiritual life, but your unique individual, you in the divine spirit life. One of the things I'm being told to suggest that you do is find a way to take a sacred bath, right? And light an incense, right? Because this sage stick don't ever usually burn like this. Like it usually comes and then it goes, right? But as I was sitting here and seeing the smoke, Spirit was letting me know it's because what they'd like you to do is burn an incense. If you can take a sacred bath, great. Do that and just look at the smoke, right? As you're deep breathing and only focus on the smoke, right? Just focus on the smoke and then just allow yourself to be open to receive whatever messages come to you. The smoke is serving as a form of distraction for your mind so that you can just receive. Spirit says it's time to stop blocking those gifts because you do have them, but there's a block there, and part of that block is you not believing that it's there. They said that it's there, but that you are able, and therefore you don't believe there's a block because you just don't feel like you're able, and that's the block. You know what I mean? So, and they keep singing, "You're part of something way bigger." From that one. Now I'm being told to pull from the deck. See? But that card is yours. And we keep getting this. Okay. I didn't realize there were so many cards in here with the two double images. But this one says to receive, you must release. It says, what can you let go of? What do you choose to receive? And the number 5 is there. And then when I looked at this, I heard, you gave me the key to life. That was playing. Those were the lyrics I heard. I don't even recall if those are the real lyrics. It feels like it is, but it might not be. But that's the lyrics that came through. And so Spirit is saying that you've been given the key to life, but it's not enough to have the key. It's up to you to put the key in the door. And you may be called to put it in several doors before you realize which door it unlocks. It's only going to unlock the door that's aligned with your desires and your dreams and your purpose and your calling and your goals. But if you just hold on to the key around your neck, wear it as a badge of honor, it doesn't serve any purpose, right? It may be pretty to look at, but it's not opening any doors. And Spirit has said, metaphorically, this is your life. It may be pretty to look at. Like people may see you and see your life, and they may feel like, oh, this is great. Like she's everything is great. She's got it all together. But I'm hearing, but you feel like a fraud at times, right? And Spirit is saying you're not. You're just expanding. You're growing, you're learning. But now it's time for you to make the choice to align, right? Align your life with what others see when they look at your life, because that's truly the life that you're meant to have, right? I'm being told to pull this one. It came in reverse. Was that intentional? Like, is it meant to be read that way? Okay, Spirit said no. It came in reverse, but don't read it in reverse. It says you create your own reality. What do you choose? What you choose chooses you too. And it says, what do you choose to experience? Now, notice there's lack on here. I just switched it to abundance. But see how she's looking out into the distance, right? And see how that formation and the light and the sky, it all looks so grand. And even those roses look huge. That's an indication of your dream. Spirit is saying, allow yourself to dream beyond your current circumstances or beyond what you currently believe you can receive, right? You may treat yourself to some roses, particularly pink roses. So when you're in that sacred bath, when you're doing the deep breathing, looking at the smoke, put the roses there with you, even if it's just 3, 4, 5, or 6 roses. Okay, wait. So you may feel led to also look up the number 9, angel number 9. Spirit said, tell Lacey Dawn you're going to pull one more card for her. Which deck? This one or that? Okay. They said, you already know, but pull from the bottom of it. Rest, renew, recharge. What does your body crave right now? I'm just being told to tell you it's time to slow down. It's time to slow down and it's time to contemplate where are you going next, right? Get out of the go mode and take a moment to connect to your soul and ask the question, where am I going next? Where am I going next, right? And as I'm saying that question, it's coming through. Where am I going next if I stay on my current path? And then feel what that feels like to you. If it feels good, great, stay on the current path. If it doesn't, what am I being guided to do so that the place I go next is aligned with what I desire and deserve? And then while you're sitting there looking at that smoke, taking those deep breaths, just pay attention to what you receive, okay? Also, what I'm being told to tell you is that Spirit would like you to spend more time with just you and Spirit in nature, one with nature, doing fun things, you know? Pay attention to what you see on the ground and just admire the beauty of Mother Nature. I was asking, was there anything else for Lacey? And Spirit said, tell Lacey, and don't forget to pray. But make sure she's not praying in that way that's pleading, waiting for an outside source to provide. When you pray, thank God for as if it already is, right? As if it already is, for whatever it is, as if it already is. Gratitude. Spirit is saying just express the gratitude that you have for all that you have. Express the gratitude, right? And then they said, gratitude is the attitude. Anything else? I said, that's all. That's your message, Lacey Dawn. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. Let's see what you're so welcome, Christina Rose. Let me know if you oh, so you did get your message. Okay, awesome. Because I was like, yeah, those comments were way behind. You said, I cried because I have been incredibly stressed out. Deep breathe, right? Get in touch with where that stress is in your body, right? Like when you slow down and breathe, you'd be surprised what will be revealed to you. The issue is, as human beings, we don't slow down enough, right? We're always on the go. But if you just start doing that deep breathing, you don't even have to call it meditating, just deep breathe. Do nothing else but sit in silence and deep breathe, right? And then you can pay attention to your body. Like, where are you feeling the discomfort? That's okay. Seek out the stress, right? Make it known. I am choosing to locate the stress. Take those slow, deep breaths, right? And then figure out where it is. When I say figure, I mean feel. And when you feel it, connect your breath to it. And when you inhale, you're drawing it out and then release it. And just do that until you feel like you've done it enough, right? And do it over the course of a few days and then give it a rest and then go back and do that body scan with your breath, right? So you can energetically release the stress, right? And then if you'd like to schedule a energy healing session with Gillian, she's the shaman on our team. She's phenomenal. She's phenomenal. Let's see. Oh, her link's in the description box of every video. So, Lacey Dawn, I see where you said, I'm not sure what fly by night means. And then the meaning of what spirit meant when spirit was saying it came through. Let me know if you got that part because I know these comments are slow. Okay, Deasia, let me check to see if anyone else sent for a reading. Okay, Naya did. So Naya will go first then since you'd like to go last. Okay. Thank you, Naya. And thank you, Deasia. So yeah, so Naya will go first and then you can go last. And after Naya, I'll check in to see if you're ready then. And if not, and if someone else is in line, then they can go and we'll just do it like that. Okay. So Lacey Dawn, I'm waiting to see if I'm waiting to see if you're still on, to see if you have anything else to say. And you know what? It just hit me, you guys, because me grab the book and Spirit was saying I'm going to do a general message for everybody and to use the book to just kind of flip and stop when I'm told to stop. And it reminded me of Alatha. Last Empower Hour, we were going to bring the charms and I didn't have the charms today. And I remembered it for a long, long time. And then it slipped my mind again. But this reminded me of the charms. Okay, so Spirit, what do you have for us? And then Naya, did you tell me if it was a general, Naya, or if you had a question? I feel it's a general, but let me know. Spirit, just tell me when to stop. What message do you have for us as a collective? What message for all, right there, left or right? Right? Okay. Okay, first of all, oh, and look, 27. So I'm going to show you this because Spirit said, told me when to stop, and I was asking left or right side of the page. And Spirit said, right. Okay. But when I opened it, Spirit said to read this question and read this message. So the question to ask, which is associated with the page before, but it says, what is my discomfort trying to free me from? Now, remember earlier it came through for us to feel, ask that question, what is it teaching me? What is it showing me? So specifically, Spirit is saying to ask the question, what is my discomfort trying to free me from? And we're going to cancel delete trying and say, what is my discomfort here to free me from? Because trying is lack, right? When you use the word I am trying or I will try, I'm going to try, the unconscious mind hears don't do it. So we're not even going to use it in this. So cancel delete trying. What is my discomfort here to free me from? Okay. And then this is number 25, which is 7, which is divine number, right? Good job from Spirit. It says, there is a divine and perfect order to all of life. Just look to nature to see how everything has its right time and place. Yet it can be hard to see how this plays out in human experience. Any stress and frustration in your life could be because you are resisting what is. From a spiritual context, everything is connected and works together. Divine order requires a radical surrender to a faith stronger than your will. This is your invitation to trust the unknown and believe in something bigger than yourself. You're being called to stop the struggle. Look at your life and see which areas you are pushing against. Surrender to the flow. Let yourself ride the current and float forward. Allow. I can't make it up. Isn't it aligned with what we've been getting this whole time? And the divine assignment is There is an infinite loving presence and one power moving in and through all of us. Allow. The universe has a system that works. The sun and moon know exactly what to do and when to do it. Human evolution and personal growth are a beautiful and profound system as well. Tap into this flow for your own life. Release all resistance and allow everything in your life to be as it is. As you accept life as it is, you become free of fear based manipulations and step into a graceful flow. Allow the world to be what it is, and honoring all things as they are will awaken you to a new sense of well-being. Honor the light within all and trust the divine flow of creation's plan. Life is truly in divine order always. Y'all, we can't make this up. This is like all the messages are coming in today during Empower Hour, right? And go ahead and leave the video thumbs up if you didn't already, if this message resonated with you at all. And so, anyways, the question to ask is, how can I relax into the flow and go with the current of life? How can I relax into the flow and go with the current of life? I love it. You know what? I'm gonna put a little marker right here so that I could read that in the soul family, because I know a lot of them ain't even on here no more. So I'm gonna read that, share that with them. Lacey Dawn said it absolutely resonated. Thank you so much. I needed to hear this. You're so welcome. Cancel Delete. I needed to hear this. It served your highest good. And thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's see. So Naya said, I really need your insight. My spirit soul feels different, not in a positive or negative way. So cancel, delete, need. You don't need nothing. It just serves your highest good. Or I'm choosing to receive your insight. Okay. So let me go ahead and connect to Naya's energy. And well, first of all, you're shifting. You're shifting. Spirit said allow it. And the reason why it doesn't feel good or bad, the feeling of indifference, is because you have not fully made the choice to allow and to accept. You're still kind of on the fence of disbelief. You know, there's this feeling of you not fully believing in your full power. Like you part of you know, but you don't believe in it fully. You're still doing the playing small game. And because of the transition that your life has taken, there's still some healing that's required, centered around that. Your husband, there's some healings being called for around that. And as I said, that the heart chakra just started to hurt. So, you know, even in the process of mourning or releasing or accepting, right? Spirit is saying to make sure you're also doing energy healing, because it's not just emotional, right? It did not just create an emotional pain, right? Heard you're also being called to connect to the positive aspects of your life with him, is what I just was told, is what I was just told to tell you. Spirit said, tell Naya she has sentiment. She's very sentimental. Okay, so what I'm seeing right now, which one? This one. I'm seeing like a cloaked woman, right? And her energy feels very wise. And so, but that's you, right? It feels, at first when it came through, it felt like high priestess, right? But it wasn't that. It felt like that. But now what it's feeling like is like mother, maiden, crone. And it feels like the crone, right? Just very wise, old soul, right? The matriarch, right? And so part of your calling is you are meant to serve as that matriarch figure, right? Assisting people with guidance, nurturing their souls, not their ego, and helping them make it to the other side. The other side as in their current, there we go again, on the floor. Is that for Naya? Okay. Yes. So before I look at this card, what I was told was the card will be a representation of what I feel. in this whole mother, maid, and crone. Okay, and then this is what it is. I was expecting some cloaked old lady, powerful lady. But what Spirit is saying is, with this card, it is representing the as above, so below, and it also has the number 22. But what it's showing me is the existence of your 3D self and your higher self, right? And everything in between. And I'm hearing that song, Don't Want Nothing in Between Us. That song, I'm hearing that song playing. So notice that space in between the two, right? Spirit is saying to fill in that space by bringing them together, allowing your higher self and your 3D self to merge like Siamese twins at the crown, right? At the crown. So that all that's flowing through you is that divine guidance that is you, right? Pull from the bottom, is what I'm being told. And then you have this card. Now, as I see this, keeping in that energy of a representation of you, have you seen those movies where like these women, they'll be like these mystical creatures basically, and they do things so they stay youthful, but then when they stop doing those things, they just shrivel up and they're really old. So it's giving me that energy, that feeling, like even though this looks like a youthful person, like the wisdom that's carried within you does not translate based on your appearance, is what Spirit is saying. It doesn't translate based on your appearance, but it also hasn't translated to you. You just, Spirit is saying, you just stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. You're going to continue to experience hardship until you stop doubting yourself, right? Because you have the solution, but you're not tapping into it. You're not in tune with it. And the feeling of playing small is coming through, but it literally feels like the way you would react to someone crying wolf, right? Like, this is an act. Drop it. Enough is enough. Like, that's how it's coming through, right? But the feeling is love, right? But that's how urgent it's coming through for you to drop this act of self-doubt and embrace your divinity, right? You're also being called to release past pains and to extend forgiveness. There are even things that you're being called to forgive your husband for from when he was still with you. It's like, just because those pains are overshadowed by your current pain doesn't take away those pains, right? Have a conversation, put it all out on the table, let it be known, and then release it. Grant forgiveness, and then forgive yourself. Release the feeling of could have done more, or wasting time or energy being in a particular frequency or feeling space. Like, just release it. You did everything perfect. You were perfect in every situation, even this one. Also, it's time for you to cleanse your house too, and just release all the old energies, and particularly, you are being called to smudge your house. Make sure you follow it with a sweet scent as well, sweet smoke, whether it's lavender, sweetgrass, or anything else that you feel led by Spirit to utilize. But also, you're being called to wash your walls and your floors with Florida water. But Spirit is saying, but don't buy that commercial stuff. Make your own. And when you're making it, just connect with your ancestors, connect with your guides, all of highest light and love, and allow them to guide you into what to put in it. They're telling me to tell you that the two ingredients that they'd like you to have is lemon and star anise. Is that how you say it? A-N-I-S-E, anise. And that they like those two ingredients to be in it for sure. And then everything else, whatever they guide you to put in it. Okay. Just follow your intuition. Don't matter how off it seems or irrelevant, And then after you receive the ingredients, after you create it, they'd like you to look up what the ingredients were. Like, say if there was an ingredient that you're not familiar with, right? Look it up, see what it means, and then go through your house and then set the intention, touching every wall, that this space will be filled with whatever those ingredients bring, right? Spirit is saying, relax and settle into the newness of your new life. Feel, but be relaxed in your feelings. Give yourself permission to settle in. Spirit said also not to look at the glass half empty. Find your blessings. Find your blessings. And Spirit is telling me, like, normally you are a very grateful person, but right now you're in a period of, they're saying not being so grateful, but they understand that that not being so grateful is really just pain, right? It's just pain. Like the pain is so great. You're so focused on the pain that there's not room for anything else, right? I'm hearing even your connection with your children has shifted, and Spirit is saying, don't allow that to get away from you, right? Focus on you and your healing and just relearning how to love yourself again, getting used to your new normal, but also to make sure that you are involving your children in your healing process. And I'm being told to tell you, do some healing exercises together, you know? I'm just hearing therapy is not required. You connecting with Spirit is. Now, with that being said, if you choose to do therapy, it's not like Spirit's going to strike you down. But Spirit is just saying this isn't about that. This is literally about you connecting to Spirit. You know, just going into that space where you just connect. And when I say Spirit, particularly your ancestors are coming through, right? You may even feel led to put like some, I'm hearing African drums in the background, native flutes too, right? And they're even playing, like traditional Asian music. That's even coming through too. Types of music that your soul may find soothing right now. Okay. Spirit said, I asked, was there anything else? Spirit said, is that one? No, but I'm being told to show you that 22. So the number 22 is showing up as significant for you. Tonight is a really good night to connect. Now, what? No, you said at the bottom. So that was just a what? A jumpy card. Okay. Tell me when to stop. I keep feeling like pull it from the top. They just said, we know. Okay, and they told me to tell you, no matter what, when they guide you and they tell you to do something, even if you feel like going top, when they say bottom, go bottom. Even if it looks like going bottom is not the practical choice, go bottom. Surrender. Pull that one right there. Okay. They'd like me to have you focus on your solar plexus, replenishing your power source. Right now, your energy feels really depleted, right? Just really depleted, really drained, really tired. And it feels like stress, but it feels so tired that it doesn't even feel like stress. It's like one of those places where it's so calm and scary, right? And I'm saying this in description of how some people may feel it's so calm and scary. Like I know something is coming. It feels like that, right? But what Spirit is telling me to tell you is this, it's so calm feeling, to attach to the calm, right? And release the pain. Attach to the calm, but release the pain. So as you attach to the calm and you release the pain, you can bring in peace to replace the pain, okay? Focus on your peace by focusing on releasing and healing your pain. Okay, and I was told that was it. I asked, was there anything else? And Spirit said, no, that's it. So that's your message, Naya. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. Let's see what you're saying. You said it resonated. Yes, I'm choosing to receive your insight. Yes, my heart has busted open. It's so much happening. It's too fast and it's been devastating. I got those ingredients on deck. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Do it, do it, do it. Yeah, yeah. You're so welcome. So welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I am sending you love. My heart is going out to you. So, and Spirit says surround yourself with positive people. Okay. Positive people, people who understand your pain, right? Not in the sense like they had to have gone through it, but they understand, meaning they're giving you that time and space to heal, right? Without trying to say, and we're going to say trying because we claiming it ain't happening, trying to tell you it's time for you to get over it. That sentiment, even if those aren't the words, Spirit is saying those people are not meant to be around you, but just be around people that understand enough to give you your time and space and understand that, there's no timing on a person's personal journey, right? So yeah. So, Deasia, there is no one else before you. So that means it is your turn. 9/11. Okay, I'm going to tell us what it means while Deasia ends her phone call or at least puts it on hold. Let's see. This message is for all of us. And then I heard the 7779311. I heard that again. Uh, would you like me to read that or click on the link? Okay. Spirit said, read this one. Don't click on the link. So the 9/11 number meaning is one of the most well-known angel numbers. The number meaning of 9/11 is that it represents emergency help and assistance. It also means that angels are now close to you. They can hear you and they're here to help. So one of the things that I'm being told to tell you is that wherever you are on your journey, when you get to that point where you've like, you know what, I've done all that I can by myself. It is now time for me to receive help, right? Whether that's from me as your life coach, whether it's from Gillian as your energy healer, whether it's from somebody else, right? Spirit is saying to move forward with that, right? Don't allow fear to stop you from moving forward in that. And when I'm receiving don't allow fear, it's not coming through as you may normally think when you think fear, like it's not coming through as like a money fear, right? Because in your soul, you know that money is an energy. You know there's an infinite supply. So when there's fear, it's just like when people are angry. Anger is usually a surface emotion. What's really going on is that they're hurt, right? They're sad. It's extreme sadness that gets expressed as anger. So it's the same thing when you think it's a money fear, it's not. It's a fear rooted in something else because remember, your soul is all knowing. Your soul is directly connected to source. So it's not that. Your soul knows how this abundance thing works, right? And that spirit will provide, right? But sometimes that real fear is fearing your greatness, fearing leaving people behind, fearing being judged, right? Fearing being misunderstood, fearing like, I just don't know what to expect, right? So, Spirit is saying, get in touch with you. In a nutshell, get in touch with you, right? So that you can uncover these blocks. But I'm hearing go for it. Go for it. I'm hearing both your soul will thank you for it and you'll be so glad you did. You'll be so glad you did, right? Don't block yourself from your bliss or your blessings is what's coming through. Okay. So that's 9/11. So Deasia, it's your turn. It's your turn now. I'm disconnecting from Naya's energy. I'm giving your grandfather permission to come through if he chooses to. Um, are you seeking a general or did you have a question? Connecting to Deasia's energy. And I am giving her grandfather and her sister permission to come through if that's what they choose to do. Deasia, are the comments still delayed? Are they still delayed? And I'm hearing this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm just gonna check, you guys. Who's still with me? I see we still have 8 people on. I know the people on Facebook been tuned out. They probably like, oh, what is this? Too long. We've been on for 3 hours, 31 minutes, and 31 seconds. That was cool. Which is 444 or 333-111. Awesome. Thank you, Naya. Thank you. Now we have 7 people on with 11, like 11. Okay, Deasia, I'm going to go ahead and start with a general. I'm going to start delivering a general to you because I'm not receiving a comment for you. So leave a comment letting me know that you are still on. Please and thank you, ma'am. I just heard where there's fire, there's smoke. With that message, what Spirit was telling me to tell you is it's time for you to create a fire of passion within yourself. Don't lose touch with your passion, right? Because sometimes grief can do that. Grief can disconnect you from your passion. It can keep you from your passion. But what Spirit is saying is that where there's fire, there's smoke. By you igniting that flame of your soul, what will end up happening is that smoke will be cleansing for you, right? So what Spirit is saying is it's time for you to focus on the things that bring you joy by way of your calling, right? Spirit is saying don't seek outside sources of joy without also seeking those internal sources of joy, right? So sometimes when a person is in a state of grief, they may decide to go out more. They may drink a little more, they may party a little more. They may be more open or more vulnerable to others, right? And so Spirit is saying that as you're going through this process, it's about you maintaining your footing and maintaining your peace, right? I'm hearing don't do anything out of character, right? Anything out of character, meaning if it doesn't align with you on a soul level, don't do it as a way to mask or numb. I'm still not receiving your comment. I just looked to see if to see you say here or but anyways. Spirit just said, tell Deasia that the bully has been dealt with. The bully has been dealt with. There's no reason for you to worry anymore. The bully has been dealt with. That is done, finito, finished. So now it's time for you to remove yourself and release yourself from that frequency. Because at this point, it's only lingering within you, but it's not rooted in any real, I'm hearing real fear or real threat. You are more powerful than they thought, than they knew. And specifically, I'm hearing she, the ringleader. So let it go. Don't pay it another thought. And anyone associated with that, don't pay it another thought. Create space and open yourself up to receive this beautiful life, these beautiful friendships, this beautiful love, right? This beautiful business growth that you truly desire and deserve. Deja, you have so much to offer the world. It's time for you to figure it out. And then they said, and by figure it out, kind of like, how when someone always says something, so they're letting me know to tell you, figure it out, they mean allow Spirit to show you. They like you to do a soul cleanse. How many? 10 or 20? 20. They're telling me that they would like for you to spend 20 minutes a day. They heard meditating and in meditation and not guided, just deep breathing. They said lay down and close your eyes, palms facing up so that you can receive. Relax your shoulders, relax your body, right? With every breath. When you exhale, let everything relax. Do a body scan where you're going body part by body part, relaxing it, right? They said don't forget about the jaw, but they like you to do that because there's a lot of clarity that they are saying that you could use. But the issue is you're not connecting to them enough to receive it. So you're receiving bits and pieces of clarity, right? Bits and pieces of guidance. And they're saying 20 minutes. You know how usually the thing is at least 5 minutes a day? For people that aren't committed yet, just commit to 5 minutes. Spirit is saying, no, 20. 20 serves your highest good, right? And as I said that, your sister would like you to really commit, right? It came through from Dejan to really commit. Really commit. Don't just say it and not do it. Really commit. And as I'm receiving that, the excitement is because through that, you're going to feel her deeper and connect more easily with her in a way that feels more aligned with how you used to connect together. All right, yeah. It's not time to slow down or stop. Now's the time. You're just getting started. And although you are an old soul, and at times you may feel every bit of that old soul, you are being reminded that you are still young, you are still youthful, you have your whole life ahead of you. And I'm also being told to tell you to start to refocus. First I heard refocus, and I heard to start focusing again on your self-love, right? Start pouring back into your confidence, right? Because you broke off from that. And so now you're in the place where you were when you started to love yourself, but it's dropped just a little. Not enough to be real noticeable, but what they're saying is to start focusing on that again, because that part of you was meant to grow. That self-love was meant to grow and not get stuck or stagnant. So they're telling you to create balance, even in this season, this period of mourning, right? Accepting the transition. It's about creating balance. Like, don't fall off of the things that serve you. And they're also clapping, they're commending you for going live in the soul family, because you weren't holding it in, you were expressing, you were sharing, right? You weren't just tucking yourself away. And they said this job is just temporary, right? Your job you have now, your investor, is just temporary. They like you to get clear on what investor would you like to have and how much would you like that investor to produce. They said ask and claim and declare and believe and then do the work to get that, right? They said the time is coming for what your passion and purpose is to be your sole income. It's coming, right? It's coming. So they're telling you be in constant action to make that happen, because it's not just going to happen overnight if you're not putting in what's required from you, right? And they're telling you to do it in a way that's fun, not in a way that's expected because of how, everyone else is doing it, right? Or how you have been taught this is how it should be done. They're saying, let all that go. Just be you. They say you've been doing good with that, just being you. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Investing in real estate is something you'll do in the future. Vacation properties, lots of dance. And I'm hearing Rio de Janeiro. De Janeiro. That's what I'm hearing for you. Eventually, it serves your highest good to travel there. Yeah. hmm I just heard you're going to be like a mythical creature there, but it's not just your beauty, it's your energy, right? There's something about there and your energy that's going to sink you, just sink you, right? And I'm feeling like your gifts, like really sink you into your gifts. And those cha cha cha, those rattles, get you a couple. And when you're dancing, shake the rattles so that you can combine this frequency of your dance, right? Busting up stagnant energy with also clearing space, energies that don't belong, and just really creating a healthier spiritual space, right? And also it'll help to release energies from you that are stuck and stagnant. So get you a couple of rattles. And as you're doing your dances, I'm seeing you how you were dancing at the retreat, just have your rattles in your hand and then take the rattles over your body, different body parts, but just intuitively do it. Don't think about it, right? What else you got for Deasia? I'm hearing lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, lollipop. What's that about? Life is still sweet, is what they said. Life is still sweet. Life is still sweet. You are still loved. You are still supported. And then they say you are so loved. You are so supported. I'm hearing you also have an opening in your heart space. We'd like you to feel that with self love. Self love. I heard the more you love you, the more connected you'll be to us. They say, yes, her family. You don't have to fear being alone, because you aren't. You never were then, and you never will be now. Nothing has changed. Still here. Still got you. Still love you. Our grandpa's fine. But I'm here right by your side, because I'm here, we got work to do, we got things to do, we got business to do. But it all feels like fun. It all feels really good. I just heard you gotta stop I heard sabotaging yourself, but in the background I heard self-sabotaging yourself. You can't follow in my footsteps. You were meant to create your own. I've been walking in your shadow. I would never have admitted that. But you were my strength. So I thank you. Thank you for being there for my daughter. It's not something that she would have been able to do without you. You remind her so much of me, which is comforting for her. So thank you for being the amazing aunt that you are. You are greatly appreciated and loved. And then I just heard, I would say I miss you, but I don't, because I'm still with you every step of the way. And I just heard, but I do miss being able to throw popcorn at you. I'm hearing in the physical connection, sis, we both got to accept it. But I'm here. Okay, very strong. You see, I always come through. Rely on me more. Together, we got this. I was asking her, was there anything else you'd like to share? Hmm. Your sister said, tell Deasia to trust you, trust Anitra, and trust Pat. The three of you will play significant roles on her journey. And then she said it's mostly because they old, but she was joking. How dare she? She's joking. She's like, it's mostly because they old, but she was making jokes like our nurturing, right? Our nurturing energy. We're not old. We are not old. She says she knows. And she's laughing. Older, but not old. She said, tell Anitra, thank you for being there for my sister. And she said, and thank you, Nahkila. She said, Pat will be there, so thank you, Pat. Hmm. She said, but yeah, you really are blessed, sis. You're surrounded by lots of good people, even outside of them. So don't take it for granted. No one's going to leave your side. We got you. She said, tell a lie. And she really likes the ponytail. She said, yes, it's beautiful. She said, trying something new. Keep experimenting. She said, get yourself some new eyeshadow and experiment more with different lip colors. And treat yourself to your nails. Make it a priority. Okay. And that's all. That's all. So that is your message, Deasia. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. And yes, you already know I am here for you and I will always be. So let me see. I'm not receiving any comments from you. I'm not receiving any comments from you. So I'm wondering if it's doing what it was doing before. I'm wondering if it is doing what it was doing before. Will someone comment to let me know if the comment's working? Ooh, I'm excited about eating. I'm excited about eating. I cooked the other day. I had went to this restaurant. I got this Asian dish and it was so good. And I decided to make it myself. It tastes just like the restaurant. And then I made that pasta dish with that feta and tomatoes and basil and garlic and onions. I put onions in mine. I don't recall if they did that on, a little TikTok viral thing, but that is really good too. My son loves it. Okay, awesome. I see Lacey Dawn is on. Thank you so much. Deasia, are you here? Are you here? Remember that? Are you, those of you who are around my age, 44? I'll be 45 on the 28th of this month. That's crazy. And my baby will be, I say my baby because he's my youngest, he'll be 18 on the 10th. I told him yesterday, I was like, it is so crazy. Like, it feels like just a few years ago, you were my big headed, bald headed baby, that cute little toddler. And your brother, he'll be 26 this year. And it feels like just a few years ago, he was on the mic singing lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. And realized he had a love for performing. Oh my goodness, it's a trip. It doesn't feel like that much time has gone by. While I'm waiting for Deasia to comment, I am going to I felt like four, was it? I'm gonna pull a card for us as a collective. And then after that, I'm going to log off and eat some food. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for us as a collective? This has been great. I appreciate you for showing up and using me as a vessel. It is a great love and joy and honor. So make it good. The last card for us as a collective. Make it good. What you got? What you got? Take that one. Ah, full circle. It is a beautiful card. I remember when my fro was that big. Beautiful card. Nothing real can be threatened. How can you actively participate in creating heaven on earth? Spirit is bringing us full circle, and that number 2 is coming in again. And just look at that. See how much peace she has, and this card just exudes peace, right? What can you do? How can you create heaven on earth? What's going on in your life that's blocking you from experiencing heaven on earth? It's your responsibility to release it, to remove it, to reject it, to move past it, to heal it. Find your peace. Heaven and hell is a state of mind. Heaven and hell is also a choice. Your experiences feel like heaven or hell, right? But they're created by your beliefs, by your feelings, by your words, your actions, right? So take divinely guided, aligned action and allow yourself to experience peace. You deserve that. You deserve that. No stress, no worry, fearless. Just marching to the beat of your own drum. That feels so good. Not caring what nobody thinks. Not even Karen, because when I said not Karen, and then y'all were raised by Karens. I was raised by Aretha and Wanda. Y'all were raised by Chaz. I was raised by LG William Scott. But yeah, as I say that, I'm being told to tell you to also show gratitude for your ancestors, right? Your ancestors, and not just the ones that are no longer living in the flesh, but even the ones that are, right? And that's coming through as even the ones that showed up as the villain. Because remember, they were here to help grow you, right? Just show gratitude for every experience. The ancestors that served you in those ways that were painful, and the ones that served you in the ways that felt great, and the ones that are serving you in the afterlife and spirit realm. Just show that gratitude, okay? So yeah. Hi, T. Lynn. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. So yeah. So that is our Empower Hour. I'm still sitting here waiting for Deasia. That's I'm still sitting here waiting for Deasia. But yeah. Speaking of my niece, you guys, my sister texted me, right? She said 2222. Tay did a number 2 on the pot. What does the number 2 mean? So I'm gonna I'm gonna tell her when I get off. Yay, she went number 2 on the pot. Oh my goodness. But yeah, she's so amazeballs. It's great being able to witness her growth at a distance. They were attempting to convince me to move to California, and and then she brought my niece in on it, you guys. At 3 years old, normally a 3-year-old will be like, yeah, but my niece actually had logic behind it. Like, it didn't just go, yeah. She went into a deeper explanation of why, you know it would be better if I moved there. And I'm just like, wait a minute, time out. This is not fair. You guys should have caught me before spirit guided me here, right? Because I've been guided. There ain't no way. As much as it's tempting, it's like spirit said what spirit said. But I was shocked. I'm like, I mean, I know she's precocious, but she really was, they were double teaming me. And it made sense what she was saying. I'm just like, that's like when my mom had her surgery. And my mom in the past, we claiming it for past, would have this thing where she wouldn't just sit still. She'd always, like my grandmother, they'd always be like attempting to do stuff before their body was ready. And so, anyways, my niece was saying, for her to relax, right? Because my niece had a surgery on her navel. And she said when she had surgery, she relaxed. And then we asked her, well, what are some ways she can relax? She said, read a book, she could watch TV. Like she started naming these things that she could do. And so my mom was like, I thought about you and I relaxed. But yeah, it's great. It's great. So, anyways, you guys, 6 and 12, double up. So spirit is just saying that right now we are in an energy of increase, right? We have 6 people on with 12 likes. So spirit is just reminding you that you can double the positive, a high vibe, or the low vibe. It's really up to you. So anyways, thank you for allowing me to serve you. Share this video or any video on the channel when they resonate with you. Share it with your community. Let's help grow this community so we can spread the word, the positive word, spread the love, spread the light. Okay, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. And I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. Talk to you soon. This is new. I don't even know it's new. Oh, this is cool. Oh, look at YouTube. Elevating. Okay. Am I still live, you guys? I believe I am. Oh, okay. Look, that was pretty cool. So now it has it to where you can put it in the oh, thank you, Michaela. Thank you. I didn't even realize I was live, you guys. But look, they have it now where you can put it directly in its playlist. Hey, Deasia, there you go. Hey, Anitra. Have you guys been commenting and I've just been not receiving it because you guys are saying hey, and now I'm actually logging off. Okay, so you got your reading, Deasia. So it's the delay. This is kind of cool. But what I was saying was they have it to where now you could put the video straight in the playlist. Usually I'd have to do it after the fact. So that just saves a step. But now I realize that doesn't disconnect me. So I'm still connected, y'all. Okay, now Anitra says I haven't commented, but 3 comments up, it says, hey, and it came from you. And she said, just listening and sending love. Yeah, so it was delayed. It's been heavily delayed. There was something that happened with the frequencies because my cell phone wasn't loading. Cashapp, my emails weren't loading. The Cashapp wasn't loading. I restarted my phone. And then on here, the messages, the comments weren't coming in. So, you know what? I'm going to sit here a little while longer, you guys, because of the fact that I realized. Oh, okay. Thank you, Anitra. Wow, Deasia asked. I'm just now getting the message where Deasia said, "Did you get my Cash App?" I did, and I delivered your reading. I did. I delivered your reading also. Now I see where you're saying right. It was delayed too. So let me know if you heard your reading. If not, it was the last reading. Now I see you're saying, oh, okay. So it seems like our time is synced again. But yeah, your reading was the last reading. I'm so grateful, y'all. Thank you for being here. And I'm grateful in general. Life feels good. That energy feels good. The frequency we're in feels good. Ooh, and you know what? Tomorrow I have yoga. I'm gonna get some after yoga tomorrow. Oh, Anitra said the time was always synced on her end. Hey Cheryl, how are you? We are literally at the end. I'm just waiting to see. Oh, okay. Deja said I'm gonna go back and watch. Okay, awesome. Awesome sauce. Well, there we go. There we go. So now I am going to end this live stream and have me some dinner and answer my sister. But anyways, I'll talk to you. Talk to you guys later. Good, sure. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So remember, y'all, every first Wednesday of the month, 5 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday Live and Power Hour. See you next month. And if you didn't check out the horoscopes, all of them are posted for February, so check them out. Be sure to comment. Let me know how it resonates. All right. Love you. Bye.